Hey, everybody, who we got in the house? I
Hello,
got to be
hello,
careful.
hello,
Everything I
hello.
do, I get copied. What's that?
I said hello, hello,
Oh,
hello. Oh, I like the chat block in the middle of the screen.
yeah,
Easy for me to follow.
yeah. This is a lot. I like this a lot better than when Amy's with us. I'll just pop her right there, and then I'll just move her over to there and move shift
You
the
pop
chat.
over there.
Shut up. Just leave it go. I'm embarrassed now. That was a faux pas.
Well, there's still hope for me
That's just
then.
no. I can imagine what I'm gonna. I can imagine her comment.
Yeah,
All
hi,
right, Patty.
Carol.
Hey, Patty. We're doing the song you requested inside the studio this week, and if Satin's in here, we're going to do hers too. So
Yeah,
if anybody's got a third song they want to request for our inside the studio, try to pick one from a movie, and we'll add it in. If not, we'll surprise you.
okay, old MacDonald.
You're fired.
Wait a minute, do you get paid?
And that's in our next Zoom is Double Trouble.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Oh, hey, I'll still at work, but listening in. All right. Now, I'm just going to say something now. We got Jamie, Kim, Jamie. I got to be careful about saying hello, everybody. I'm getting copied now. Uh,
Oh, had to pull in.
Crazy. There's Satinin. Bluebell. Hello. We got 26 already, and we haven't even started the book. So,
Hello,
anybody see any good
Amy.
videos this week? We've had fun. We I had fun last night. I did a last minute. Amy invited me to a live stream last night on the Alicia Kerman
Yeah, Alicia Cohen.
testimony, and I learned a lot. So it was fun. It was just a last minute type of deal, and we were on about an hour.
You get the email up,
Mm,
Cameron? I didn't get
was that
an
Joe?
email. I said, you?
No,
She's
Oh,
working.
I don't know. I had to watch it
no.
like everybody else. I'm an
You
Elvis
luck,
researcher.
you lucky. You watched it. I didn't even know about it.
Yeah.
Ah,
Well, you were asleep. It was at 10 o'clock. Jeez, when I was going to wake you up. Thank you for popping in. Okay, I knew she would say something.
oh,
You missed it.
why
Okay.
this?
Okay, I need to
I quit.
I need to unblush.
I quit.
Yeah, okay. Um all right, so we are at episode 7. Patty, how about Am I Ready from Spin Out?
She sent me a message.
Ooh, that might be a good one, huh?
Amy says she sent me a message.
You're always at red lights, Ed. Every time you come in, I'm at a red light. What'd you say now?
Amy says she sent me a message. I say I was with my other girlfriend.
Oh,
You know,
Jesus.
what are you going to do?
Donna. Um
Well, see, I know her because she's famous.
you know her because she's famous. Yeah. You're a bad boy.
Yes.
Bad boy. Hey, okay, so just to remind everybody, first of all, let's do this at the beginning.
This is all for entertainment purposes only. Our comments are our opinions only. We make no claims as to
Phoebe,
fact, and the
Phoebe,
viewer should make their own opinions. All opinions are welcome on Elvis-A-Z.
what? Phoebe again? Amy said that to you. Satin. Hi, Ed. Mind when the light turns green. Drive. We got a
I
lively
get. I,
group today. This is going to be fun.
I
Um,
guess the best for Joe and I this week are just going to be to sit here silently and observe.
That's right.
yeah, you guys are. I love watching this. Just to let you know, last week's episode of this was almost 1,000 chat comments. We've been getting close to 1,000, and let me do this real quick too. I'm sorry, you guys. Let me go down to screen share. I'm really proud of this. Joe and I were just talking about this. So last week we had 70,775 views in just that one whole 7-day period, and we
Wow.
gained 70 new subscribers. Now for our improvement, this week we had 80,000 views and 85 new subscribers, 15 more than last week.
So we're averaging a 10% growth every week.
Yeah, and we're averaging 10 to 11,000 views a day.
And,
So you
and
think
we
that?
did,
Sorry.
and we didn't pay anybody, and
No,
we didn't doctor any figures.
and we all did it with one channel.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't bring it over from anyway. I digress. We could get into another discussion. Let's see. Great. Thanks, Kim. Yeah, we're excited about it because, as you all know, we got so many plans for this channel to keep growing and building. And so I got so many projects going. I just have to gummy myself to sleep every night.
Thank you, Carol. Appreciate the compliment.
Oh, thanks, Carol. Ed, I get a fraction of a view of you's great job. Thanks, Ed.
Thank you, Ed.
All right, so I've been enjoying this book and the conversations we've had. So we okay, and thank you. Well, I appreciate you chatting. Yeah, listening in.
And I'm not in the screen.
Well, that's not from me. I don't know. It just says you're offline.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm
all
still
of
here.
this growth is because of Amy.
What's that, Joe?
All of this growth in the
Mhm.
network is Amy.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Okay,
We
I got
we too damn old and ugly.
No, I'm the old one. I'm the old one who knew a lot of the inner circle and don't know what happened to me, and I've been lied to by you guys. And
Oh yeah,
We're disgusting. We're vile and disgusting dudes.
we're vile people, right?
I actually
Sorry,
go back
guys.
and watch a lot of his videos, and a lot of the things that you said pans out.
Yeah,
No,
I mean we're not. Yeah, trust me, we lived it, so it's not gonna. And we weren't 5 or 9 years old where we wouldn't remember it anymore.
Yeah, no, I have about as much use for watching his content as I do for watching paint dry.
Yeah. All right. So good. That's better?
Yes.
I had 2 cameras in there for you, and I don't know why. Kind of strange. Oh, I copied and pasted from the other one. That's why, because I had these settings. All right, so let's do this. Let me turn my cameras back on. Already. Let's get started in the book, Chapter 7. We're going to recap what we talked about last week, a little bullet point recap, and then kind of bring us up to date. And then we're just going to dive right into it, into the next section. And it's just the title of the subtitle is kind of catches your eye. Let's see, where are we? I got to go to there, and I am going to share.
Joe, you fixed your hair. Wheel?
Huh?
I guess they're not seeing it because my long hair is in the back.
Oh, yeah.
It is coming off next week. My wife says so.
No,
Okay.
happy wife, happy life. I shouldn't laugh. I got a great wife.
I do too. She's just bossy as hell.
Who my? Oh yeah. That was my. If I say something, it's gonna be. There's just some circuits about myself I will never tell. And
I'll tell you. I'll tell you.
so y'all keep in mind while we're going through this. I am not a researcher. I am a human being. All right, so keep that in mind. I didn't do this. All right, the bus from Nashville to L.A. This is what we covered last week, this chapter. Lisa Marie's addiction escalates and begins to dominate every aspect of her life. She describes addiction as a spiritual emptiness, not simply drug dependency. Opioid addiction begins after legitimate pain medication following childbirth, which kind of is a common way to get addicted to. Moving to England is another attempt to escape, but changing locations cannot fix inner pain. Haunted houses become a metaphor for Lisa Marie's unresolved grief and trauma. Riley is the first to recognize that addiction is changing her mom's personality. Lisa Marie leaves rehab early, showing how addiction and motherhood are in conflict. Ben's emotional decline mirrors Lisa Marie's addiction and despair. The entire family begins living under the emotional weight of addiction. During the bus trip from Nashville to LA, Lisa Marie becomes critically ill but resists medical treatment. Lisa Marie openly admits wanting cocaine throughout the trip, revealing the depth of her addiction. Riley gradually becomes the caregiver, reversing the parent-child relationship. Um, I, I don't remember how much of a downer this what we covered last week was. Natalie, does anyone know what the pain medication was that she was addicted to? Um, I don't know which one was she addicted to.
I can't remember.
I don't remember. I gotta get these comments up over here for me, so I can see what people are saying. Yeah, I'm not. You believe it was Percocet? Lisa Marie recognizes that she's repeating patterns seen in both Elvis and Michael Jackson. She reportedly returns to Graceland asking repeatedly returns to Graceland seeking comfort, even speaking about where she wants to be buried. Ben becomes increasingly withdrawn, depressed, and emotionally trapped by his mother's suffering. Lisa Marie suffers a seizure and finally agrees to seek help, but the damage within the family has already been done. And the chapter ends with Ben's final text exchange with Lisa Marie, creating a heartbreaking sense of impending tragedy. So, two key takeaways. Addiction becomes the central force controlling her life, and Riley becomes her mother's protector and caretaker. Tell you what, something like that forces a child to grow up fast.
Yeah.
Possibly Oxycontin or oxycodone. Yeah, I don't think it was fentanyl or anything like that.
It's got to be hard when you go and try to get rid of your addiction.
Yeah,
You got family at home that you want to go and love and take care of. It's got to be hard.
yeah.
Yeah, but the kind of person she was, it's kind of understandable. Generally, I think, my opinion, a lot of time, addiction does start from some point of emotionally seeking something, emotionally / spiritually. You seeking something. And that's usually when the addiction gets the foot in the door. And before you realize it, the addiction is taken hold before you've found what you set out to find. And then you sit with a catch-22, because you know that you're in something now that you can't get out of without help. But also there's a certain part of you that says, hopefully I'll find what I'm searching for, because when I do, the addiction will end.
Yeah, in my family, there were a lot of addictions, especially on my mom's side. It was mostly alcohol with them, and my mom always said, she used to tell me when I was younger that you're probably going to be an addictive person. She really talked, stressed to me never to start drinking. And in some aspect, I did follow that until because you're gonna be surprised, but the first taste of alcohol I ever had was, with the exception of my wedding with some champagne, was when I was 23 years old. I had no interest. I just didn't interest me. And then we went to a ball game, in Atlanta, the Atlanta Braves game, and we were sitting around, and we had right behind the dugout. That's when they sucked big time, and we were just hanging around. The guys were they were ordering beers, and finally they said, go ahead and have one. Nothing's going to happen. And I had one. I thought, I enjoy this. And I came basically a casual type of drinker. I think in my entire life, I probably got too inebriated maybe 3 times in my entire life. other than that, it was just I would just have a drink now and then. Just never really interested me. But I guess the point I'm trying to get to is that I've never been an addictive type of person, but I've seen so much of it, I can get a kind of a sensitive feeling of just how destructive it can be like that. You know,
Three times drunk. 3 times drunk. I got you.
well, yeah, but I did tell you that the first time started in January and ended in June, and then
Yeah.
the second, I'm just kidding. I, no, no, I just, yeah, I'm not saying that I didn't get tipsy and all like that, but to the, drunk to where I couldn't drive or drunk where I was passed out, and that was it.
Yeah. No, I didn't drink a lot because my father and 2 brothers were alcoholics, so I didn't drink a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, my mom, I don't think I ever saw my mother take a drink outside of my wedding. My dad, I didn't ever see him either take a drink except for my wedding. And I never thought anything about it till I got older. And I did ask my dad. I kind of pretty much understood why my mom didn't, but I asked my dad one day. I said, "I've never seen you have a drink." He says, "No." He says, "I'd have drinks sometimes when I was flying a lot, and we'd have it on the plane." But I don't think I'm not even going to tell the story. But you know how they in first class you get the little tiny bottles of liquor. Well, my dad wouldn't drink them, but he'd keep them. And flying first class long distance, he'd wind up getting 7 or 8 or 9 of every trip and put them in there, and he'd bring them home. And he had this big old huge box in the closet, so that if somebody came over and wanted a drink, we had it all handy.
I got a call from J Mirror, says that's 7790, says Joe has a blue crew hat. I have a mug. Well, you too can buy one of these hats. Where?
At Blue Suede Crew merch store.
We should have been quicker. We should have
I
flown.
know, but I was trying to get my hat.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I did all my serious drinking between the ages of 18 and 21, and then, but I was bad, so much so that my dad actually called me aside one time because he always used to give me shit about it. And then the one day I asked him straight up, I said, "Weren't you young? Didn't you do the same thing?" And he said, "Yes, I did, but not as bad as you." I said, "What's the issue?" Then that's when he told me that his father was an alcoholic and drank himself to death. And he said to me, "When you see your father laying in a hospital bed where his skin is as yellow as a canary and his eyes are yellow, and he doesn't have a liver or pancreas, but he's laying there waiting to die, and all that because of alcohol," he said, "then you will change your stance on alcohol." And it was about 6 months after that I stopped completely. Like even now, from time to time, I might have one, but if I never have alcohol again, it won't faze me.
I think a lot of the
Yeah, I think a lot of people. I've seen I've seen that example. I have my oldest daughter is addictive. It's caused a lot of legal things going on, and I see it, and she gets the if it's hereditary, she gets it from both sides of the family.
Yeah, but then in general, I have an addictive personality in general, because if I find something like a kind of soda that I like, I'll drink it until I get tired of it. And I'm the same with food. If I find something that I like, I'll eat it until I get tired of it. And then, so generally, I know I have an addictive personality, but luckily, it's not to alcohol.
Something about kids makes you kind of back off too. All right, so there's a couple other takeaways here. That Ben's emotional decline parallels Lisa Marie's collapse. Graceland becomes both a place of comfort and a reminder of death. The chapter sets the stage for the devastating loss that follows. And I never really thought about that connection until I read this book, because I really didn't know. It wasn't until this book till I got more of a behind the scenes look at his death. They don't go into detail about it, but you kind of understand some ways what brought it to that point. The only thing that I had the question was, unless I missed it in the book, is what was it in Ben's life that brought him to that point? Was it the stress of being, like I don't know. It would be the stress of being a famous person or the most famous rock star, and all these people expectations that they have of him. Was it too much? I don't. We'll never know. And I don't really care to know. It's not. It's not. It's not. All I know is I think it was a huge loss for not only for the family but for, if he pursued it that way, for Elvis's fans and his fans, if that was where the direction he was going to go. And anyway, I've said enough. All right. So we're gonna the next chapter. The next section was the seizure scene. So, did I go too far? Yeah. The seizure scene. It changes everything. Lisa Marie finally says that's enough, but tragically, recovery for Lisa Marie comes too late to stop the emotional damage around her. Riley immediately notices Ben withdrawing, emotional shutdown, silence, detachment. The memoir quietly signals he's slipping away.
Why do you think that happened to him? I mean,
I think because this may sound sexist, but I think it's because he was the male, and they probably couldn't. I don't know what. I don't know really. Once again, I don't really want to know, but the only thing I can assume that it affected him more is maybe because of being the male. He felt like maybe, and this is all. Well, hold on.
This is all for entertainment purposes only. Our comments are our opinions only. We make no claims as to fact, and the viewer should make their own opinions.
So, just my thoughts are, what a stress that one of us have been, to have an expectation of him, and that expectation was there for him to follow in Elvis's footsteps. And then the fans would all of a sudden think, all right, I've got the next best thing to Elvis, and it's his grandson.
Yeah.
Whereas opposed to Lisa, she's the granddaughter of Elvis, but I don't think they made that type of connection like, oh, we got another Elvis. If that makes any sense. Because I look at her as a huge talent and a loss of a talent, it's a loss. But and a lot of that also has to do that Lisa wanted her own identity. So she made that identity for herself and did an excellent job of it. But then, you look at Ben, I know that he was a musician because I see pictures of him playing with a band now and then, a couple times. And, but, people, I'm sure studios were begging at his door because they knew that, they could make a windfall at least off the first album.
He might have felt indirectly upon himself, even though it was never verbally stated or directly inferred. He probably just within himself felt a certain responsibility to fill his grandfather's shoes.
Yeah, that's what I was, yeah.
And the inability to do such, not for lack of not trying, but maybe feeling that it wasn't really what he wanted to do. He wanted to be his own person and have his own life. He just inherently had the cloud of expectation above his head. Maybe it was just too much for him to juggle the two all the time.
And it must have been a fear of, even if he tried, that must have been it would be a huge fear of failure. Because you will be critiqued. You will be picked apart. Well, you're not like you, And
why did you even go this route? Because you're not that good. You won't become that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, expecting him to be that.
I'm missing something there.
I agree with you. I can't add anything to it.
Yeah.
I agree.
You know, again, it's all speculatory because he never spoke about it, nor did Riley, nor did Lisa. So
I
we'll
missed
never
it.
know. But that's the closest kind of conclusion I would come to.
Well, Amy has a pretty good point too. It had to do with the custody case. He relapsed and was set to testify, and he thought it could ruin Lisa's getting the girls back. That would be so hard to deal with, to have that on your mind. You could ruin your mother's life, who you are almost like an extra, like he's part of her body, Well, actually, he
I,
is, some form, but that's I never thought of it that way.
having the I could make it or break it scenario in his head.
Yeah. And then of course, if that did happen, it did ruin Lisa's life, then it probably would have been the same outcome. That's why she says his last texts were about protect my sisters. Wow.
Shame.
Yeah. So Lisa Marie finally says, where'd it go? That's enough. But tragically, recovery for Lisa Marie comes too late to stop the emotional damage around her. I think I read that part, didn't I? Let's see. Good Lord, what? Damage around. Why does it just line up? It's got to line up because it's being. Okay, there, I see it now. So Riley immediately notices Ben withdrawing, emotional shutdown, silence, detachment. He's slipping away. So the final text. The ending is devastating precisely because it is ordinary. Lisa Marie says, text, come home. This is maternal instinct, fear, intuition, desperation. And Ben replies, I'm just going to get a beer. The chapter ends there. No dramatic narration, no foreshadowing speech, just unfinished conversation. That restraint makes the ending unbearable.
Shame.
It's just hard to think of that. I never really thought about the whole scenario, and wow.
Jeez. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that pit of fear she must have been feeling? Because a mother knows these things. Can you imagine the amount of fear, helplessness, questions that she had in her mind? Had I, why didn't I, if only. Shame.
Yeah. Amy just said why he did it above. Yeah, I had missed that. Okay. Oh, good. I'm glad. Boomer's doing well.
Yeah, exactly. And she never relapsed, and she just kept going. That just goes to show her strength right there.
Yeah.
Because I know if I were to go through something like that, I would look for something to numb the pain as quick as yesterday.
So the major themes, addiction and spiritual collapse. The memoir from addiction framed addiction as a loss of meaning and identity. Family systems under addiction. Everyone begins emotionally orbiting the disease. Generational trauma. The Presley emotional cycle intensifies through Ben. Failed escapes. England, to Nashville, to Grayson. All attempts at sanctuary fail. Parentification. Riley becomes caretaker instead of a daughter. When I think about some of the pictures of them together or videos where you see them together, you kind of get that, even though I didn't know it, but now that I think back or I see him now after reading this book, is when I see those videos, I watch, and it seems like it's almost like Lisa's acting like a child. Not, and I don't mean immature, but like
Yes.
the child of the let me take that back, the child part of that relationship. And then Riley seemed to have a little bit, just struck an authority type of
Yeah.
look or stance. I can't think of the right words today, but I never thought that before until I read this, and then I see some of the videos, and then when you listen to interviews with Riley, you can hear it within what she's saying.
The
So
role switched.
yeah, and the one nice thing, the one good thing came out of it is it switched to somebody who was able to take on that position, and that was Riley. She grew up very fast.
But here's the irony too of it all is that from a very young age, it was like Lisa was living her life in reverse. Because as a young child, she was forced to think like an adult. And she experienced things that many adults never experience. And she was forced to grow up emotionally faster than most people generally do. So she kind of lived her life in reverse.
Yeah. Satin has a good point here. They all needed therapy, but Scientology don't believe in that. And that was Patty. The whole family dynamic is incredibly sad. And Kat, she's asking Joe a question there, or giving Joe some instructions, and I'm not saying it.
Oh, so pickle, Joe.
Okay. Pickle peppers.
I can't say pickle until Amy comes, so I'm not going to say pickle.
Too late. All right. Parent love is emotional entrapment. Ben cannot emotionally separate from Lisa Marie's suffering.
But you can see that you can even see that in pictures of Lisa and Ben together. You
Yeah.
can see there's some ultra tight bond between the two of them. More so, not saying that parents don't usually have a tight bond between their kids, but Lisa and Ben's was magnified by a million. You could see the two were as dependent on each other as they are for the air that they were breathing.
Yeah, a parent who has 2 or 3 kids, they get to understand what each kid's needs are emotionally wise. And Riley was very independent. Ben seemed to rely upon his mom, so she knew that, and so they had that closer connection. It wasn't
They
like
were,
he was her favorite. He was the one that required that, and then you go step back, and Riley knew that.
and yet Lisa required that from Ben in a way on a subconscious level because being a mother defined her. That's who she wanted to be. So
Yeah.
that was a kind of like a what's the psychological term that they use when they say two people they kind of had a codependent mother-son relationship.
Did Lisa Marie have a big inkling that he was really bad into the drugs addiction?
Yeah, I'm sure she.
I'm sure she knew.
Yeah, I don't strike them as being secretive.
One addiction, somebody with an addiction seeing another person that has an addiction.
Yeah, I think she knew, although again, I'm speculating. She definitely knew, but whether she knew how deep the addiction went,
Yeah.
possibly because she was stuck in the cycle of addiction herself, I don't think maybe that was as evident to her
Yeah.
as someone would expect, because they were basically in the same boat at the same time. But to say that she didn't know would be absolutely idiotic and ignorant to say, but I think she did know. But again, I think she felt a sense of helplessness because she was herself entwined in that web of addiction. and
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to help somebody else that's in addiction if you there yourself, because then you get
Yeah.
the, oh yeah,
Well,
but you
yeah,
just
that
as you just as addicted as I am,
makes it
so how
worse a
the
lot of
hell?
times.
Yeah.
Historical importance. For Presley historian, this chapter is among the most important in the memoir because it reveals the full scale of her, Lisa's addiction, her near fatal medical collapse, the Nashville period, Graceland during addiction, Ben's psychological deterioration, and the family's dynamics surrounding the final years before tragedy. But emotionally, this chapter's deepest meaning is this: the Presley curse. In this, the
No,
Presley
that's
curse. I don't like that way that this breakdown
no,
put it as curse.
no.
The Presley curse in this memoir is not fame itself. It is inherited emotional pain passed through love so intense that family members begin drowning inside each other. Yeah, it is interesting how they put that. Oh,
And it's weird because if you take a second to look at the situation, I'm just trying to formulate my thoughts as I see the picture in my head. It basically all begins, it goes right back to the relationship that Gladys had with Elvis as a child.
yeah.
It all built off of that.
In the southern, for those of you who live in the South or have been in the South, for this, my history's in the South, even though wasn't raised here, but my family's history. I've been here for 40 years. So anyway, that type of relationship with family members seems to be kind of, not a norm, but it kind of leans that way. Like the relationship they have with the mother and the
Yeah.
son or the daughter. But they had it tenfold. As close as
They were
what
in the
Elvis
public
was.
eye.
That picture, even though I know that Parker set it all up, but them sitting on the stairway to the entrance of Graceland, him and Vernon, you
Yes.
don't even see his whole face, but he's
You can
tore
that
up.
yeah, you can see that pain radiate through him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the picture for the honesty of who they were, but I hate it that they took it.
Yes.
That should have
To me.
never been taken, but that's the nature of the media. They could, look what they've done. Because of them, people like Diana, Lady died because of media chasing them, and it just, and this goes all the way back to then. But that was Parker that set that up.
Yeah, it for me it was a gross invasion of privacy and breaking of a trust bond that was there between him and Elvis and Vernon. But on the other hand, on the bright side of it all, thank God Lisa had the courage to make the decision to write the book.
Yeah.
Because as hard as it is to go through it and to analyze it like we're doing, thank God she did, because it's coming from the horse's mouth. And there was no bullshit about it. It was straight up, that's how it is. She tells you the ugly as honestly as she does the beautiful.
Yeah, I was
And
thinking oh, go ahead, Ken.
and I think had she not done that, she might have got even a more raw deal going forward, considering she's not here anymore to defend herself. Had she not done the book, I think people would have judged her way more harshly than they did even when she was here.
Yeah.
So in some way, the book is a kind of a saving grace for her, which unfortunately, I think Elvis might have achieved a similar outcome had he been lucky enough to sit down and write his story.
Yeah, Maxie says Elvis never had any privacy, and even now, people think that they have a right to know the most intimate things. Lisa had to read all of that crap about the family she adored. You know, I was
Yes.
thinking about this, and it's just kind of a question in my mind. What if? So, what if Lisa didn't pass away, but she did write the book? And I'm saying it wouldn't have been by now. I think it would have been come out later than what it did if she's around to write the book. I wonder how much more would have been in there that Riley didn't put in there.
Can you imagine?
Because
Yeah.
Lisa didn't care, and I think Riley, and I don't. This is not critical, because I respect what she did, but I'm sure Riley was a little, maybe she was a little more discreet and wanted to protect her mother.
A little bit
It
more
wasn't a
apprehend.
matter of,
Yes.
it was a matter of, that was going to look bad at mom. I don't think she would have cared if Lisa had been alive and she did that. But
Yeah.
I think, and that's just a personal, that's just my personal opinion. I don't know that for fact. This is for entertainment purposes. Oh, sorry.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. But yeah, I tend to agree with you in terms of I think if Lisa was still here, we would have had majority of what she recorded on those tapes
Yeah.
would have
Hey,
been
Terry,
in the book.
welcome to the show. Elvis History One. His name is Terry. Yeah, I agree with you, Cam. Absolutely.
Whether we're gonna see those tapes, I don't know. Um, I'm in two minds. On the one hand, I would say yes, I would like to, purely from a curiosity perspective,
Yeah.
to know what else Lisa spoke about. But in light of Lisa not being here anymore, um, I tend to think that uh, maybe it's better they don't. Not for what she might have revealed, but in terms of, like I've said previously, um, we expected so much from Elvis, and still do to a certain extent, that, you know, my thoughts on it is, if Riley thought it necessary to put it out with this book,
Hmm.
she would have.
Yeah.
So she held it back for whatever reason. And I, as a person that respects Elvis and his family and the legacy thereof, if those tapes come out, brilliant. If they don't, I rest with the decision. But I don't think it's up to anybody to press or to demand the
Yeah.
release of those tapes, unless it's purely from Riley's
I'm.
perspective to
You know
say,
what? I
I
think we.
want to do this.
I think we said this once before in these episodes, or I did. I'm happy where we're at, and on my aspect of it, I've got what I want. I know. I don't want to hear. I don't want to start. I don't want to hear other stories now. I'm just content. And that now, Melissa said, "I wonder how the." Let me show that. I wonder how the email of Riley telling Priscilla, or P, she always stuck up for her and stopped Lisa from speaking up for herself about P, how it made her feel. That's the most destructive. That was the most destructive element in that family.
Again, I
As
think
far as the Lisa and the grandkids,
I
Priscilla
think
just infected it.
I think again, Riley's playing the clever game here by not saying anything at all. She's not saying yay, she's not saying no.
Oh, I
She's
saw.
she's staying emphatically silent, which is a
And yeah,
clever stance to
yep.
take. But I think when Granny Dearest is no longer on this mortal earth, I think a lot is going to come out in much the same way it came out in Lisa's book.
Yeah, Melissa, I misread it earlier, or I misstated it. That email was after Lisa passed, so she meant that how Lisa felt when that was happening. Yeah. Far too much potence from Priscilla. Yep. All right, where are we at here? Let me move this back out of the way and find out where my document is. There it is.
Somebody had asked if I ever interviewed Red West. Now, for some reason, he did the big interviews they'd seen on, the Memphis Mafia thing there.
Right.
Other than that, he really didn't like doing interviews about Elvis. Look what he had done. I mean, he was on a series and he did movies. I don't think he really, at one time, he just gave up on it. Yeah, I don't want anything to do with it.
I think it served two purposes, Joe. I think from one standpoint, yes, you're right. But I think from the other standpoint, he chose not to because he always somehow inherently knew that his involvement with the book is going to come up. And he would have to constantly either explain or defend.
Yeah, real quick, Terry. It's not a definite thing she's going to be buried there. It's all within Riley's power because at this point in time she can't until they, go back to the county and or back to the city and ask for more spots. And
They'll give it to her.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't know.
I think so. They're Presleys, and they basically run Memphis.
Yeah, but she's not a Presley. She's as much a Presley as Donna is.
No, I agree, but Riley is the one that makes the decision?
Well, yeah, but she could very well say no.
And how is Riley with Prissy?
I don't think good, but somebody else
the
tell
question.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I said earlier, Joe. I mean, if you go back to the time that Grandma Dearest was involved with Lisa's book launch and how she took over on that stage and kind of blindsided Riley through the whole thing.
Yeah.
And Riley was fucking brilliant by not saying a word, not acting up, not doing any. I think there's a whole lot of shitstorm going down on the inside.
Plus, too, if she, Riley, at the end of the day, if it ever came to that point, she's going to stop and think, would my mother want her buried here?
Mm-hmm.
And I would almost bet that would be a no.
Mm-hmm.
And if her mother expressed that in any aspect, or if Riley believes it, it ain't going. I don't think it's going to frickin' happen. But that's just, once again, my opinion,
It's probably safe to say that was inferred because she knew the relationship her mother had with her grandma. So that was probably, if not verbally communicated, it most sure as hell was probably silently.
And I'm sure Riley knows a lot more shit about what Priscilla's done, too. But that, she's keeping it to the vest. All right, so we talked about the Presley curse. It is inherited emotional pain passed through love so intense that family members begin drowning inside each other. And now we're to the chapter of Ben.
C-Cat says, Red did an interview in the UK, was pressed about the book, and he blew up.
Yeah, I saw that.
Exactly.
He wasn't as noxious or hateful as Hebler. But he almost sat there and tell me if I'm wrong, C-Cat, or if you got this impression, but it was almost like he had a chip on his shoulder. I'm here, I need the money, so I'm going to do this interview, because I can guarantee you he only did it because he got paid.
He needs the money. You actually think that, or?
No, I know that's just a thought, If he was sitting there thinking, because my understanding is he didn't like to do interviews. In fact, and so if he's doing an interview, and I would say two things: he's doing it because he needed the money, and they were going to fly him to the UK, so I'm sure they paid for the whole trip, so he got a free vacation out of it. But then, so that he would sit there with a chip on his shoulder thinking, let's just get this over with. But, yeah, I remember that. He had to light a cigarette. I remember that. I've got that saved.
I'll have to try to find it.
Ben. I think I've got the video here on my computer. Okay, this is not merely the memoir's saddest chapter. It is its emotional apocalypse. Everything before this chapter was addiction, Elvis's death, Michael Jackson, family instability, grief, now converges onto one unbearable event, the death of Benjamin 𝗘𝗹𝘃𝗀.
Jesus.
I need to catch up on some of these comments. I heard that Riley didn't know Priscilla was going to be there until after the last minute. Oh yeah, I think that's what I heard from on her first day in at Graceland or in Memphis when she started her book tour, the book tour. Yeah, I think Riley appeared a little surprised, especially since they didn't have a chair already set out there for her. Yeah, she won a gangbuster that one, and you could see it on her face too. And she was always trying to insert herself into the conversation, but it was a book tour. It was supposed to be about the book, Lisa's book. What a sad.
Which she hadn't read at that point.
Yeah, I almost bet she's never read it.
No, I don't think so either.
Okay, the death of Benjamin. This chapter reads like trauma testimony, spiritual reckoning, eternal collapse, and a meditation on grief so profound it alters identity itself. This chapter is also structurally different from every earlier chapter. There is no emotional distance anywhere. No mythology, no nostalgia, no glamour, no Presley mystique. Only shock, devastation, helpless love, survival. This is a hard chapter.
Yeah.
When I read the chapter, I stopped reading and then I went back and I read it again before I continued the book, because it was one of those chapters I was reading and my mind was going off, and I was still reading, so I really wasn't paying attention to everything I was reading. So I thought I got to go back. It was an envisioning of the whole. Anyway, you guys.
You could feel it through the book, the sadness.
Yeah. The gunshot nobody heard. The opening line is horrifying in its simplicity. No one in the house heard the gunshot. That line immediately establishes this chapter is about irreversible moments. Unlike overdoses, relapses, hospitalizations, there is no rescue possible here. And the delay, almost an hour before anyone realizes the locked door, breaking in, creates unbearable dread. The memoir strips suicide down to brutal physical reality.
I couldn't imagine finding one of my kids like that.
And then realizing you'd been downstairs the whole time.
Yeah.
What were they? It was like a social gathering or something like that, right? Or some party or get together. And so I'm sure it goes through my mind. We sat there and we had a good time for an hour while he's laying up here dead. That's hard. Not sure about that. The book signing didn't look to me like it was set up for 3 people. Yeah, let me catch up here. I heard that Riley didn't know Priscilla. Actually, it's like the Photoshop picture with Lockwood's pants. Ben, so sad. But Riley knew about it and allowed it. They had a photo shoot together there. I don't fully believe she was invited to book signing. If so, why did she stay at the other hotel and not guest house? No, I've never seen I don't know what Nowhere Boy is.
Has she ever stayed at the guest house?
She was involved in Christie to that, I believe.
Apparently
You know
she
what?
was.
I seem to remember reading that Riley did allow it, but I think Riley, I think there was an expectation that she was going to be there, but not on the stage. That's how I understood it. But we'll never know. It's like the pajamas, isn't it? You know, it's
Red
about
bottoms.
Riley knew she was there. If Riley didn't want her there, she wouldn't have allowed it out, and she wouldn't have had a photo shoot. Riley knew. Amy says Riley knew. They did photo ops all day. Not sure about that, but I said the book signing didn't look to me like it was set up for 3 people. So Riley did know. Melissa came out earlier than expected. Priscilla came out earlier than expected. That's why the chairs were like that. Yeah, so that's... oh, Amy was there. She's still traumatized. Priscilla brought her outfit for the book night at bought it at Lansky's about 2 days before.
Irony of all ironies. She can go to any damn store
I know,
she wants,
I know.
but she chooses to go to Lansky's.
That says a whole lot, doesn't it? They might have had a photo shoot, but that doesn't mean invited to books. Riley had the authority to stop. Yes, she did. I believe that was AI or BS, Jamie. Joe wouldn't let her stay there. Oh, Joe wouldn't let Priscilla stay there.
Ooh, that must have gone down like a house on fire.
Yeah, she must have loved that, huh?
I like well, if her face was real, it would have been, her body would have gotten real red with anger, but that kind of hides behind plastic, doesn't it? I'm sorry, that was a bad joke. All right, so.
No, you weren't joking, you were honest.
I know. Riley's trauma narrative. The phone call scene is one of the most viscerally written passages in the memoir. Especially, this is real and there's nothing I can do. That may be the emotional thesis of the chapter, because the Presley family repeatedly tried to rescue, protect, stabilize, save one another. But here, love cannot stop death. The imagery becomes frozen trauma memory, yellow Gatorade, cigarette, endless car ride, pounding on the hotel door. These are classic PTSD memory fragments. Any comments?
Yeah, it's like, again, it's like the book says, history repeating itself. It's like the classic narrative of trying to hold on to something so tight because you've experienced it once before, and through holding on so tight, you finally at a later stage realize that you lost grip. It's kind of like trying to hold on to water.
Lisa Marie's immediate reaction. One of the chapter's most devastating insights. Riley instantly knows this will destroy Lisa Marie completely. Before Lisa Marie even fully understands the words, Riley thinks this will be the end of her life. This is psychologically enormous, because throughout the memoir, Ben and Lisa Marie are repeatedly linked emotionally, almost mystically, like Elvis and Gladys, Lisa Marie and Elvis. The memoir consistently portrays them as spiritually fused.
Don't you think it did end her life? She never really came back from this.
No.
I think it was. I think it
was the
most
beginning
definitely
of
helped
the end for her.
facilitate it.
Sorry,
Yes.
I didn't hear you. You both talked.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I already said it. I don't even remember what I said now.
It didn't come out at all because both of you talked over each other.
All right, let's move on because I don't remember.
Joe.
Okay, so the body bag scene. This section is almost unbearable to read, especially what did you do, Benjamin? Notice, Lisa Marie does not initially ask why, how, who. She asks, "What did you do?" Because suicide feels incomprehensible to survivors. The imagery is devastating. Blood on her hands, blood on her face, kissing him, holding his hand. This is primal maternal grief. I'm trying to remember. Was Lisa Marie there when it happened?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They were downstairs. It was his girlfriend's birthday party. Benjamin's
Yeah, I knew
girlfriend.
that. I couldn't remember if Lisa was actually there at the time or hadn't gotten there yet or something like that. But yeah.
Benjamin's girlfriend?
Yes.
It was they're having a party downstairs,
Yeah.
Yes.
and then he leaves that. You think maybe something was said to him by the girlfriend or something? It's
I
just
don't.
weird. You put on a party for your girlfriend, you go upstairs and you kill yourself.
Yeah.
Well, maybe like I mentioned once before, maybe he used the party as a distraction.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It created the space for him. As awful as it sounds, he used it as a distraction. In his mind, it was, well, if ever I'm going to have time to do it and space to do it, let me do it here because their attention is going to be on somebody else for a time.
No, Ned says that they had a fight allegedly.
See?
I don't.
Must have been a bad fight to make him want to kill himself, or it just piled on everything else that was
Or
going
it
on.
was just a trigger to everything else.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I can't. I don't think. I don't know if I've ever heard that before. I need to read her book again. Should have been doing. I'm gonna reread it before next week. It's been about a year since I read it. Other than processing to here. Kathleen says, I believe Lisa was broken, and never recovered until she passed on.
Oh, I never heard that. Kim says they weren't staying at the house because of mold issues, but Ben still had the party there. Oh, that they did mention that, didn't they, in the book? About mold issues?
Yeah. Which house were they at? This was in California, wasn't it?
I think so, but I speak under correction.
Maybe somebody let us know where it was at. It seems to me like it was California because that's where they lived. Yeah.
Yes, that's in the book. Yeah.
They weren't staying at the house because of mold issues. It sounds familiar. I just can't really always remember where. Well, I guess it would have to be this book. This is primal maternal grief, not celebrity grief, not symbolic, animal grief. Yeah, California. Okay. What a scenario. You're at a party. You know, what's the last thing you say to the person that's going upstairs to shoot himself? You don't know. You don't say goodbye. Nothing. Just say, hope everything comes out all right, or whatever, you know.
You shouldn't. If you're going to do something like that, you shouldn't do it near any of your family. Go off by yourself and you do it.
Yeah.
But that's why I say, Joe. I think the family was already indirectly watching him like a hawk because they knew his emotional state of mind. And that's why I think he chose the party to do it, because it was a case of, if I go anywhere, they're going to ask me where I'm going and what I'm going to do, and they're going to want to come with me and all this, that, and the next thing. And, let me do it here in a natural surrounding. They're busy with other things, other people. It's going to give me the time and space I need to do what I need to do.
I mean, look, they were partying so much, they didn't even hear the gunshot.
No, Lisa was at the hotel when it happened.
Oh, that makes me feel stupid. Not anybody.
Well, that's what Amy's saying. Lisa was at the hotel. Dadley, did you ever drive by Lisa's house? Oh.
Didn't you? She found out and then she came over and saw him.
Yeah, I would guess.
Yeah. But even with the party downstairs, nobody in the party ever heard the gunshot.
Well, they must have had music pumping.
I'm
I
sure.
bet you they had music going, and you know, I don't know what location of the house, what room he was in, and the location, how big of a house was it. You know, sound could get muffled pretty easy if it's a fairly large or well insulated house, and like I said, they would likely have had music going because it was the atmosphere of that, you know, for that. Riley leaves her body. I remember this. The memoir repeatedly uses dissociation imagery. I left my body entirely. This becomes one of the chapter's most important psychological themes. Grief so severe that consciousness fractures. Riley repeatedly describes muteness, paralysis, inability to stand, inability to think, inability to speak. The memoir portrays catastrophic grief as physical annihilation. I've never been in a situation where that if I hear about somebody dying or something happens, that it gave me that strong of a reaction. So I can't say that I understand what that's like. But I have, my dad told me, you know, about that with his mother, when his mother died when he was 12. And he said, I just went blank. He said, I fell to the ground, didn't pass out. He said he fell to the ground and he just went blank. He said it was like nothing was going on around him.
That way.
Ben as light, one of the chapter's most important recurring ideas. Everyone describes Ben spiritually, not merely kind, talented, attractive, but light, force, angel, soul-filled. This matters because the memoir frames his death as cosmically wrong. And the way that Riley writes about Ben is just, it's so enlightening to know what kind of personality Ben had. You know, when he was, you know, fine and doing well, and he just, like it says, well, he was like an angel-like person. He had a force, and there was like a light coming. He had that magnetism that we always talk about. Yeah, Lisa wasn't in the house. I hate that he could not be or find happiness in his life. Yeah, Riley went to Lisa to get her to go to the house after it happened. I don't even know what type of gun it was. If it was a shotgun, there would be no silencer. Plus, it was a rifle, from what I understand. Maybe I'm wrong. I might be wrong. I'm not gonna say anything because I don't remember if it was a handgun or a rifle. The memoir frames his death as cosmically wrong. Riley says, I felt like whoever was running the world had just made a colossal error. That sentence perfectly captures traumatic grief. Reality itself feels broken. The whole world's your whole world gets off its axis and starts spinning in a different way. All this happening right in there, right in that area.
I can't imagine being that broken. You know?
Oh.
No.
No. I've never had no, I've never had that type of reaction. You know, obviously those that have passed in my family, like my one brother, it wasn't a reaction like that, but it was still a shock because it was not natural causes, you know. I think that's what part of it too is, that it's not natural death. So anybody that dies, whether it's by suicide, which compounds it even more, but is murdered or anything like that, as opposed to somebody you know is sick and been sick for a while and then they go, or their age or whatever. There's a, you know that that scenario can happen because of whatever condition they're in. Still, total paralysis of mind and body, similar to fatal and venomous snake bite, says Kathleen. How did Riley recover, or has she recovered from traumatic grief?
I don't think she'll ever 100% fully recover from that.
Yeah.
No.
I don't either. Not when you that's got, they were almost like twins.
Yeah.
Just in the relationship, they had the type of relationship that twins would have.
Mm-hmm.
Melissa, this is why P and others says she wanted to die, and she didn't want to die. She was helping. No, I hate it when I read that. She didn't want to die.
That who wanted to die?
Lisa Marie.
You mean when he died?
Well, yeah. Well, just yeah. I would say at that time, yeah, that she just wanted to die.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe for a certain time.
Mhm.
Maybe for maybe initially.
Yeah.
But I think as time went on, she might have, felt that
She had other kids.
besides that, I think she realized the importance of turning the loss of Ben into something good in terms of helping people and being there for people that need that kind of support, hence getting involved with certain organizations and charities, etc., and at the same time giving her the opportunity to work through the grief.
I'm fixing you.
All
right, there, and I'm going to squeeze you up here in the top, right next to JoJo.
Squeeze me in there.
There we go. Look at that. There, right next to you, JoJo.
Perfect film.
So you got any thoughts or comments up to this point, or before?
So many.
Shoot them out.
First of all, I was listening on the way home. Riley absolutely knew Priscilla was there. She knew. She knew that before they were doing photo ops. I was second row. I could see Priscilla backstage. She was hiding behind Jack Soden because she's probably scared of Joel. She knew she was there.
Yeah.
Now, was it maybe the day before it was talked about? Because Priscilla had been in town for an award anyway, something from the city of Memphis. So she just stayed over. So I'm sure it was talked about. But it was traumatizing nonetheless.
Yeah.
Like a punch in the gut, literally. Like watching her come out, I just remember just like the air was sucked out of me.
Well, my thought was, and this is just my thought, because I had heard that Riley did know, but I didn't think that she knew she was going to come out there and sit on the stage with him.
Yeah, she knew.
Okay.
Because I was like second or third row, and my phone had died, and my friend was like, "Priscilla's here," and I was like, "What?" And then she was like, "Look," and I could see her hair, and I was like, "God dang." You can't let Lisa have a moment, like not a moment. And I knew when Joel came on stage, usually Joel is very like, saying things honoring to Lisa. And he was basically just like, we know why we're here. Let's get it going. Like you could tell he was pissed, but I didn't know why at the time. It's because she was back there.
Yeah, so and that bit about Lisa wanting to die. Yeah, she was out there trying to help. She was trying to help people with. Wasn't she out there trying to help people with? Find her.
Yeah, she had planned grief counseling things.
That's it. Yeah.
And she was doing all kinds of things towards the end. So yeah, I think she had her moments of that, but the end of her book talks about it.
That was.
She didn't want to die. She didn't feel like that anymore. She was finding purpose again. So I think it's really easy, in light of how that went down, for certain people to go, "Oh, well, she just didn't want to be here." So
yeah,
When they make it sound like a freaking mercy kill or something, it makes me so mad. Who are we to decide when if somebody didn't want to be here or not?
Yeah. The no one knew revelation. Perhaps the chapter's most tragic real. Didn't it just say that in the last one? Perhaps the chapter's most tragic revelation. Ben barely understood his own depression before he died. Riley discovers, I think I have a mental health issue. Only 2 weeks before his death, this destroys the myth that suicide always comes with dramatic warnings, clear intent, obvious preparation. Instead, the memoir portrays impulsive, catastrophic, intensified by substances and despair.
Yeah.
So he wasn't really thinking about it. It just maybe got to the point of it where it snapped.
Yeah, and I think
Doesn't.
using. I'm sorry, Cam. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Ladies first.
I think that also using that night, makes
Yeah.
you think clearly.
Yeah, I think Priscilla saying all that was, yeah,
Yeah, agree, Charlie.
yeah. It's a shame. Yeah, you're right, Natalie. The whole scenario is just a hard chapter to read for sure.
Cameron, did you want to say something? Ladies first.
No. I'm okay.
Okay.
No, I'm
Cam, are
okay.
you cold?
Yeah,
It's
I
freezing.
saw that.
It's snowing about 200 kilometers away from me,
No
so
way.
we're getting the wind, so it's
Oh my goodness. Hi, Heather.
pretty.
Yeah, it's winter for him.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's so cold that if you need to go to the men's room, you wait until the sun comes out.
Satnam, we'll just have to agree to disagree. I mean, I don't want to pull the I was there card and could see it all, but I mean, she was going to be on that stage. It's Priscilla. There's a stage. She's going to be on it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right, addiction and suicide. The chapter makes a nuanced distinction. Addiction contributed to Ben's death without fully defining him. Riley explicitly says he still had joy, humor, curiosity, adventure. Hope. This is extremely important. The memoir refuses simplistic narratives like he was doomed, he wanted to die. Instead, it portrays a young man overwhelmed in one catastrophic event or moment.
That's usually the case, but psychologically, I've also heard them speak about. They say that when a person is in that frame of mind, they tend to come across as happy, relieved, blah, 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 because in their mind, it has already happened. So they already loving the relief of
Yeah.
the experience before it happens. That's
Mm.
why people always say, "Oh, but we never saw it coming. He or she was so happy, and they were laughing, and they were joking, and they were kidding her," because psychologically they've already dealt with it. They've already come to
Yeah.
terms with the decision that they're going to make, and it's like they no longer have the burden of that decision laying on their shoulders. It's just a case of they have to find the right time and space to do it.
They put up a facade.
Yeah.
Yes.
It portrays a young man overwhelmed in one catastrophic moment. I shall repeat that.
And
Lisa
that's
Marie's,
usually what happens.
yeah.
It's usually
Lisa
what
Marie's
happens.
keeping Ben's body. Go ahead, Ken.
Usually what happens, you take so much shit for years and years and years and years and years and years and years, and then you get to a point where you just say, I can't deal with this. And it could be something as stupid as losing your car keys, for example. That's just the final straw that breaks the camel's back. It's usually something really uh,
Dumb.
Minute.
dumb.
Yeah.
Yes, minute. It's never a world shattering
Right.
event that pushes the person to that point. It's usually something stupid. It will usually be a stupid remark made by somebody in a joke, or it might be a small misunderstanding about something that's just at that point in time, because the person is carrying so much shit. It's just, this is too much.
Yeah.
Or like they say that he had an argument with his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there was some chatter about somebody hearing them argue. But the catalyst was the thing with the custody.
Yeah.
He thought it was going to ruin his mother's chance for.
That would do it for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Don't want you have the fear that you're going to do that, and you don't want to live with that have happened. You don't want to live anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So what choice? You think about it before. You know what? I'm not even going to give it the opportunity.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's so sad.
Lisa Marie keeping Ben's body. Get my mouse back over there. This is one of the memoirs. This is one of the memoir's most controversial and emotionally startling sections. But psychologically, it makes perfect sense within the memoir's emotional logic. Remember, Lisa Marie lost Elvis suddenly at 9. Never processed grief normally. Repeatedly feared abandonment. Could not tolerate separation. So keeping Ben physically near becomes refusal of finality. She says, I could still parent him. That line is devastating. This is not morbidity. It is maternal desperation, attachment trauma, inability to release love.
It would be hard. I mean, if I had that capability, and God forbid, I would do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
To hell what people think.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the opinion I would have. I just don't know if I could do it. That's I'm 100% with you. You don't like it, fuck you. It's my child. It's my life. I don't need you telling me what I can and can't do. If it's legal, what she did was legal.
Exactly.
People cope and process grief in
different ways. Absolutely.
In different ways, and to what's normal to you is not necessarily normal to me. But like you said, if that's what she needed to do to get through it, kudos to her for doing it.
And how long was it she have him there? How long was that? 3, 4 weeks? Oh, months.
Yeah. But also, I would have never put him in the morgue because you would have run the risk of somebody getting pictures of him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that would have been a price on that. Can you imagine? And then having to see that splattered everywhere.
That would have ended it for her.
Mm-hmm. And then even so, here's the crazy thing. That's something we didn't consider. Well, at least I didn't. Imagine still having to deal with that situation in the midst of your whole world has just literally fucking exploded.
Yeah.
Now you have to deal with. Yeah, now you have to deal with. I can't take my boy to the morgue because the press is going to have a field day.
Yeah.
And the same thing is going to happen like it happened to my dad. Somebody's going to get a picture of him and splash it all over a tabloid magazine.
Those photographers were all over.
Yeah. The Inquirer got that first picture of Riley. Remember that book we found?
Yeah.
And people had the thing all set up, and one of the Inquirer photographers got hired by Marco as a security guard for Riley when she was a baby.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they got her picture in the nursery. So I'm sure that was in the back of her mind too.
Jeez.
Yeah, Sally, she didn't want photos of Ben dead like her father. God. Yeah. How much can one person take?
Yeah.
And the fact that people have the audacity to talk about her makes me so freaking angry.
Yeah, and the mere fact that she was able to hold her head high while going through all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
The tattoo scene. The tattoo scene is simultaneously absurd, horrifying, darkly funny, emotionally authentic. In Riley's reaction, are you out of your fucking mind? Implies
I found it hilarious, to be honest. I mean, I could just see the whole rundown, and Lisa just like, yeah, come on, let me show you.
Yeah. Hey, Emma. Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Where'd Joe go?
He probably had go do something. I'm sure he'll be right back.
He's probably with Phoebe again. God.
Phoebe. Jesus, of all the names, Phoebe.
Phoebe. Kind of sounds right. Joe and Phoebe.
Joe and Phoebe.
Phoebe and Joe. Yeah, I could picture that. I could hear that coming out of Riley's mouth. It captures the surreal nature of grief. The memoir repeatedly shows grief destroys social normality. What would horrify outsiders becomes emotionally logical inside catastrophic loss. The funeral. The funeral section feels almost spiritual rather than religious. Elements. I bit my tongue. Hawaiian blessings. Jeff Buckley, and right on the tip too. Hawaiian blessings. Jeff Buckley, biodegradable balloons, ocean imagery, Deepak Chopra. Yeah, I've heard the name before. I don't know who he is.
He's like a guru, spiritual guru guy. He used to do book club stuff with Oprah, I think.
Oh, okay. It looks like a guru name. Graceland, that wasn't meant to be offensive. Graceland burial. It was out of stupidity. The ceremony becomes an attempt to transform unbearable pain into transcendence. Especially devastating. I told you about seeing some
Nike shoes.
Yeah, especially devastating. The yellow Nike shoes from Japan placed in the casket. That detail collapses the entire memoir emotionally. Joy, innocence, sibling love, lost future. A lot of emotions just in those shoes from Riley.
That part broke me. I mean, the whole book broke me pretty much, but
yeah, I can never. Yesterday, was it yesterday? They were doing highlights of some basketball games in WNBA, and one of them had yellow sneakers on. I didn't think they allowed, off colors. They were just white and black, but I guess they did.
I think they're getting a little more free with it since everybody's got sneaker deals but yeah, they used to be super uniform.
Yeah. The grief philosophy section. The latter half of the chapter becomes almost existential philosophy. Riley articulates grief is not overcome. It is lived with. This may be the memoir's deepest insight. The only way out is through. That statement reframes the entire book. The memoir itself becomes an act of walking through grief instead of escaping it.
I think about that quote a lot.
The way out is
were you with Phoebe? Were you with Phoebe?
Who's Phoebe?
That's a good answer. Yeah, because I tend to try to like cocoon and hide from things and not deal. But yeah, the only way out is through. You have to go through it. Eventually, it's going to find you one way or another.
Yeah, it'll be there when you're when you get back. Type of.
Yeah, well, I remember when my stepmom passed away. I wanted the doctor I worked for just to give me something just so I couldn't feel. And he was like, I can, but when you're off of this, you're delaying it. So just deal with it.
Lisa Marie after Ben. This chapter repeatedly suggests Lisa Marie spiritually died with Ben. She continues helping others, grieving groups, caring for children, reconnecting with people, but Riley repeatedly says something fundamentally never returned, and you can see that. Every time I saw her after that, it just wasn't the Lisa.
It's like the fire in her eyes was gone.
The life wasn't in her anymore. You could just see it.
She tried, but yeah.
I just keep remembering that picture of her during the Golden Globes, standing there. Who was with her? Jerry Schilling. And it was a picture. I think Austin Butler was standing next to him, and of course Priscilla was there. But the look, she just didn't look like Lisa.
Well, she was so sick. I think she was septic at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, she looked good on her birthday.
But even before that, if you go back to interviews that she did when she was still relatively healthy, and you go right back and you compare interviews when Ben was still here, the way she used to laugh and the way she used to talk to people, you could see that energy, that fire, that spark. And when Ben was gone, it was like even when she used to laugh about something funny, there just wasn't, it's like it didn't have weight to it. She was just
Yeah.
Yeah.
going through the motions.
The
Yeah.
spark wasn't there.
She seemed to have just gone empty. It's
Bless
just,
you.
yeah.
You're blessed.
Who was it? Was that Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bless you, Joe. She just seemed to be empty.
Yeah.
She was just almost just a shell of Lisa, and I just it's just hard to have that as the last images of her, and it's hard to get rid of that because it's such an impact. And then reading this and understanding at least why she was looking like that and why she, so hard. Obviously the death of Ben I knew before the book, but wow, what a woman! She was an incredible woman.
She was, for sure.
Um, Something fundamental never returned, especially devastating. We all knew my mom was going to die of a broken heart. The memoir treats this not metaphorically, but literally. And the Presley curse reframed. By this chapter, the memoir completely redefines what people call the Presley curse. It's not fame, it's not money, it's not celebrity. It's emotional inheritance, unresolved grief, extreme sensitivity, addictive coping, identity fusion, and the inability to survive separation. That's a big redefining.
Mhm. Just generations of trauma.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you she'd want to be anybody else but Elvis's daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was somebody in a comment thread on something that was like, "Oh, she had everything. She had money. She never had to work." I'm just like, it's not about that. She would have given all that up to still have her father back
Hmm.
and still have her son back. Like,
And,
people are
and
just jerks when it comes to
yeah,
her.
it wasn't about that she had a lot of money. It wasn't about all those material or those just insignificant. What was more powerful than all that was the emotional life that she was going through at that time. All these are things that aren't these are not tangible things.
Mhm.
Like the money is and all of that. Yeah, she loses all that. I don't think she really would have cared. I think she would have just found something else to do. You know,
I know I'm going to get in trouble for this, but to me, it almost sounds like she never really had a good life.
Her children were her happiness,
yeah.
but she certainly didn't, growing up.
No,
After Elvis was gone, she didn't.
Mm.
she'd have a, a queen's life.
Mm-mm.
No, and she really didn't, because she was a queen. She was pushed away and bothered when people saw her.
And that was going to carry right on down through the bin, I think, in
Yeah.
some aspect.
It's like almost if you look at the two, if you take the two lives and you put them side by side,
Yeah.
although the similarities are massive, to me anyway, it's like you look at Elvis's life and then later you look at Lisa's, and it's like I come to the same conclusion is that as blessed as they were to be who they were and to do what they did and contribute to the world in the way they did, it was like almost what was given to them in their life was too big for them to carry.
Do you think Lisa knew the impact? How early? Let me rephrase the question. How early of an age do you think it hit her? She always knew her father was famous,
Yeah.
but I wonder at what age, when she finally realized how big he was.
That's a really
I
good
don't,
question.
I don't know, but I seem to remember something someone said, or I heard something. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I think at some point Lisa alluded to the first time she really realized how big her father was at his funeral.
Yeah,
When sh-
yeah.
Really? Really?
when she,
If you saw
when
the
she
people.
when she saw all the people and how the city had literally
Oh,
come to a standstill, she said in some way she didn't understand it 100%, but she knew something
was,
something big was going on.
but she was too young. She was too young.
Melissa says, I'm confident in saying Lisa would give the money up to have her family back and healthy so
Yeah,
that,
she didn't
huh?
know. She was only 9. She didn't know.
Yeah, what would she know? No, I can see that. For some reason, we're having internet problems. She gets. Could you see yourself getting kicked off there, Amy? You know, then no. I don't know. Can you hear me, Amy? Oh man,
You guys, we go out and then we come back, and then we go out and then we come
that's
back.
weird.
I think she was talking about it. She said when she was sitting on the staircase and she saw all the people coming into the house and they
Mhm.
were passing by her father's casket and they were crying and they were fainting and they were wailing. And she said she never really understood it then,
Yeah.
but inherently she knew something big was
Oh yeah.
going on. Her father was responsible for something big.
Did Priscilla take her right away and leave Graceland?
It's kind of sketchy for me because she says in the book, she goes to summer camp, but then she says, my mom stayed until things were wrapped up, which I'm guessing, when the will was read and she
Hmm.
realized she wasn't getting anything.
Hmm.
The plane wasn't hers and it all wasn't hers. And but she went off to summer camp and then she went to another camp after that. Then they went overseas for a while. So she never got to she talks about laying by the pool at camp and an Elvis song comes on the radio and she just lay there and cried by herself.
Oh, jeez.
And she would argue with kids at the camp. They would say, I went to the funeral. I saw Elvis's body. And she's like, no, you didn't. I didn't see you there. I was there. So I can't imagine.
Ugh.
Can you imagine that question being asked all the time about the funeral to her?
Yeah. Can you imagine being a mother and not wanting to just hold that little girl and comfort her instead of sending her away?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't be bothered with her. Yeah.
Yeah, that just blows my mind.
Yeah, damn, that went right down wrong. I just can't imagine. And then the process too of every time somebody talks to her, it's the same questions, same questions,
That's
same
your dad.
questions. It's just wash, rinse, and repeat over and over. And at one point in time, I don't want to talk about it. Don't you understand? That's the hardest point, the worst day of my life,
Yeah.
and I don't want to talk about it every day. But they don't care. They want their headliner. They want their moments, their soundbite.
And for a while in the 90s, though, when you see interviews with Lisa, you can see that expression on her face. It's like when they would make any inference or reference towards Elvis, you would see immediately she would shut off and the
Yeah.
person would know, okay, don't go there.
She's
But
awesome.
but I find that later, like in the early 2000s, she started kind of finding a middle ground
Mhm.
with dealing with those kind of. Am I wrong, Amy?
Because she wasn't so protective of it, like it's kind of like she held it close and she didn't want to talk about it. And but yeah, she started to share little things about him versus just saying that's for me and I don't want to talk about it. I think she told
Right.
David Letterman that she's like, everybody has him and what I have of him needs to stay mine.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Priscilla and her mother, yeah, they were rotten. Yeah, Lisa writes that in the book, doesn't she? She was well. She mentions that she was never close to her grandmother.
And her grandmother stole from her. She stole her little makeup compact from her.
Oh my God!
And then I saw some delusional Priscilla fan in comments was like, well, Priscilla's mother had dementia then. No, she didn't. She was in her 40s. Bye, go, shoo, get away.
How the fuck do you steal from your own grandchild?
That bitch stole my compact. Yeah.
How the fuck do you steal from your own grandchild? What kind of a...
And she said she was running around the house crying, looking for it, and everybody was trying to help her find it, and her grandma knew it was in her purse the whole time.
Oh my God! What a
Jesus.
Yeah, Melissa, everyone wants to go on and on about how Lisa was only 9, but she was only 9, so where were you to comfort her?
Mm-hmm.
Where was the cousins?
Yeah, who was with her during all of this?
I was going to say, out of all those people in that house at that time, in that time frame, nobody thought
about
nobody
taking shit.
I would have been cuddling her and talking to her, and that's what I would.
Your daddy loves you. Yeah, it's gonna be okay. Your daddy loves you.
Yeah.
I mean, she's talking about going off and going up in a room and smoking cigarettes and
really not at 9.
spraying Windex so that they wouldn't smell it.
Yeah.
She smoked at 9.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
she smoked at 9.
Yeah, she spoke about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember most of it.
She said she'd go out to all sorts of places on the property, and she'd climb trees and go up in the tree house and, smoke and drink and do all the shit that she wasn't allowed to do. She said, and she'd do it because she knew nobody gave a shit. Nobody was around to check on her, so she could literally do whatever she wanted.
At 9.
I think Danny talks about them going to Springs and drinking Charlie's leftover. They left Charlie to babysit.
Yeah.
So where did she get the cigarettes and stuff? Somebody getting it for
her?
They
were just laying around.
Yeah, and also too, kids could go down and buy cigarettes at that time.
Yeah, but at that time, I mean, think about everybody in the house smoked. It would be just.
Yeah, I used to go down and buy my dad cigarettes all the time when I was a kid.
I used to go and grab my bike and buy my grandma's cigarettes. Yeah.
Yeah, they were easy to get a hold of.
Yeah, it's like Amy said. She would go around cleaning out Charlie's glasses because he would go and babysit her, and then he would leave shots in the glass. As she said, she would drink it.
Yeah, all those kids did.
Oh yeah, I remember that in the book. Yeah.
All right, Riley's final transformation. Riley emerges from the chapter transformed. Earlier chapters showed observer, daughter, caretaker. Now she becomes witness and meaning maker. She converts devastation into philosophy, compassion, testimony, warning, survival language. That transformation gives the memoir extraordinary depth. I'm sure that whole deal changed her whole world.
Yeah, all of it.
Lisa Marie's final reflections. The final pages are about the saddest in modern memoir literature, especially the real me detonated completely, and I'm surprised I'm still alive. These are not dramatic flourishes, they are survival statements. The memoir ends not with resolution, but endurance.
And that's what we said a couple of minutes ago. We said exactly that point. Before Ben's passing, there was a fire in her eyes. There was joy. There was joy in her laugh, in her smile.
Yeah.
And when Ben left, it was like there was nothing there. It was like she was hooked up to an invisible life support system.
Yes, here is a 3. A couple of comments here, not in support of Grandma. Annette says she stole that compact out of pure spite. Satin and a granny stealing from her grandchild is the lowest life. Yeah, and you can't get into that.
Yeah. And she even said those grandparents made sure she didn't feel special. Like they made a point to, you're not special just because you're Elvis's kid.
That just breaks my heart to think.
They're living off of his money. Yeah.
Just freaking Lisa at 9 wanting her compact.
Yeah, she said that. She said my other grandparents made a point that I knew I wasn't special. Like my mom tells all of the grandkids they're her favorite because that's just the thing she does.
Yeah.
So to make a point, like
Yeah.
you need to know you're not special just because you're Elvis's kid, even though we used your mother to bait him into this life. Mm-hmm.
You see, I'm not saying anything. I was just blown away.
The audacity of these people.
Jeez.
My grandmother one time, I something came up about, you know, all four of us boys, and I think I asked her, I don't know if I said, "Are you my favorite?" But I said, she popped out again, didn't she?
Amy's playing whack-a-mole.
Yeah. We got Leon here in the show. So I asked her, and she says, I asked my grandmother, "Who's your favorite of all four of us boys?" She goes, "I don't know. Let me think about it. Why don't you? I'll let you know after you get through doing the dishes for me."
Yeah, that's what my mom does. Whenever they do something, one of them does something for her. Then, oh, you're my favorite. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Major themes: a catastrophic grief. The memoir portrays grief as physical, spiritual, and psychological annihilation. Maternal bonding. Lisa Marie and Ben are emotionally intertwined at near mythic levels.
Mm-hmm.
Addiction and emotional inheritance. The Presley emotional cycle culminates tragically through Ben. Disassociation and trauma. Riley repeatedly leaves her body psychologically to survive. And Love Beyond Death, the memoir constantly suggests ongoing spiritual connection. Survival through meaning, helping others become the only remaining purpose. Historical importance. For Presley historians, this chapter is extraordinarily significant because it provides the first detailed family account of Benjamin Keel's death. Yeah, I didn't know anything. All I knew was that he shot himself. That's the only thing I knew about the whole situation. Insight into Lisa Marie's final years. First-hand documentation of grief inside the Presley family. Emotional context surrounding Lisa Marie's decline and Riley Keogh's emergence as family witness and interpreter. But emotionally, this chapter's deepest meaning is this. The memoir ultimately becomes less about Elvis and more about what happens to human beings when love, grief, fame, addiction, and inherited pain become too heavy to carry alone. So they were normal people at that time.
We're all just people at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. And you know, it's strange. Even though we're sitting here and analyzing her book, every time you read her name, it's like I have to remind myself she's not here anymore.
Yeah.
And coming to that realization that Lisa's not here anymore, it's like the world shakes a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's gut-wrenching.
And it's
and
like,
that's something I would like to touch on too. All this talk about Lisa's book and what was said, not her. Do people understand she was writing this full well knowing she would be doing the book tour?
Yeah.
That she was going to have to back up what she said because she meant what she said. So it's real convenient that she's not here to assume and try to put in words. No, she said what she said, and that's it. If she said she didn't like you in the book, she didn't like you. Sorry.
I'm sorry. What did Priscilla say about the book?
She giggled about it and said, "My daughter, love her to death."
Quite snarkily, actually.
Yeah.
She was like,
What else do you expect?
She said things she didn't mean, and then she's sorry about it later. No, that doesn't happen when you're writing a book.
No.
You know, and Lisa was so careful about her words and her privacy anyway. She was very intentional when she laid these tapes down. Nobody will convince me otherwise.
Yeah.
No,
And
yeah,
a lot of
you're
people
right.
to diminish her, so keep making videos diminishing her, and keep making videos to make you look stupid.
And you know, the awesome thing, though, again, about Lisa is that as hard as it was for her, I'm grateful for one thing, that she never ever bullshit us.
Never.
That
No.
she gave
You're
us
right.
truth. No
Yep.
matter, I mean, even going through this again, can you imagine having to talk into a tape recorder about the loss of your son,
Yeah. The
and
last
to
time we
do it
saw her. Yeah.
in such a way that it gives credence to what you're saying, but in a way do it so truthfully and exposingly, doing
Mm-hmm.
it
Open
to the
yourself
point
up.
of being so raw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the torment that she must have gone through emotionally going back to this again? But being able to do it in such a way, knowing that it's going into a book, knowing that she could very easily have said, no, don't add this in.
Yeah.
Or she could have easily destroyed those tapes, but
Mm-hmm.
she didn't. She chose to take us there so that we could understand her better.
Mm-hmm.
And,
It changed
you
me.
know, yes,
Yeah.
she could have easily gone the easy route and said, no, I'm just going to talk about the easy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
she literally, I remember there were times I was listening to this book and the last couple of chapters, I would have to listen in sections because I would feel the emotion here in my throat and I would literally choke up because I would be there in that moment with her. And, then you have people like her shit ass mother that come afterwards and snidely, oh no, but
Yeah.
to even question or to state verbally, directly or indirectly that what Lisa was talking about was bullshit lies. How dare you?
Yeah.
When
How
she was
dare
going
you?
through that and reading and talking into the cassettes and all and telling all the stories, she went through those same emotions
Oh,
as she's
yeah.
doing it, as when she experienced it, and you could just feel it in the way the wording was in the book. Um,
Yeah. And Riley said she never really talked about it with any. She never talked about Elvis passing away with anybody. So
More so,
mm,
even more so. That's what makes it even more poignant is that, like you said, Amy, she never spoke in detail to this extent ever previously. And yet to sit there and talk about this into a tape recorder
yeah.
and to go back to that place and to relive all that again.
it was
I just
probably a
hope
good therapy for her to do that too.
probably
Yes,
was.
yes.
Well,
But
we
then
come to
to,
the next chapter, so we're going to stop there. But we'll just keep talking about what we can still keep talking about everything. I'm just going to let you know we'll stop
Oh
there.
God,
We're already at 2 hours. Pardon?
we're about to do the last chapter next time. Holy crap!
Yeah, we're almost there in this book.
Somebody posted in the chat saying when Lisa Marie died, the spirit of Graceland was gone.
It's different. It's different.
Yeah, I agree with it 100%.
I haven't been there since she died. Last time I was there was 2014, so it's been 12 years since I've been there.
There's still that energy there, but I would say the first
I hope
2 or 3 times I went back after she died, I was like, will this ever be my happy place again? Because it just didn't feel like it
Yeah.
was ever going to be.
Did you still feel it, but it was just duller,
Yeah.
unhappy?
Almost like there was this like protective spirit at Graceland almost, it felt like. And that was gone. But maybe that was those who were there watching out for her. And so now that she was no longer here, that would,
That's a
you
good
know,
point.
she always
Yeah,
felt
it's
this.
gonna be interesting. That's one of the things I'm really when we get there is to see if that feeling when I walk through that front door is similar to what I had 12 years ago.
It will be. It will be.
You guys enjoy yourself.
We're coming to get you.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're
We're
gonna
gonna
get a
get you down.
U-Haul. We're gonna set it all up with a nice little sofa in the back and a beer tap and because you can drink while we drive. Or
Yep.
I
Remember
can't
that
drive,
she-
so I guess Amy will be driving a U-Haul.
We could just rent one of those RV things.
She's going to be in the
Yeah,
back. Of the
yeah,
U-Haul.
that's it right there. Rent an RV.
Rent an RV like Lisa did. We'll put everybody in it.
She'll
Yeah.
be in the back with me. We'll be talking. I'm saying.
I like that. Oh my God.
We're doing
First of all, I plead innocent of all
all
charges.
charges.
Yeah. And just remember, I am not a researcher. I am a human being.
Question for the panel: does anybody know what a Facebook researcher is?
I was laughing so freaking hard when you put that.
When I saw that post on
Facebook, do they research things about Facebook? I'm so confused.
When I saw that on Facebook, I was like, yeah, now come back and give us an answer on that, you dumbass.
Yeah, I put it on my site too.
Yeah, he did a so dedicated to us today.
We can't get over it.
Kathleen.
Up is hard.
So
You too, Joan.
so tell us, Amy, did he really call you?
No, he did not.
Who didn't call you? Who?
Louis says he called her on the phone. He actually said it on the phone.
Yeah, he did.
I read her post. I go, yeah, you go, girl, you go.
I mean, there's a reason I left his chat because he was calling me names.
Yeah, I like the way you started.
Like he acts like we didn't live this. Like I didn't have the experience of it, and that people in that chat didn't witness what he did. Sir, get a hold of yourself. And I'll talk about you. Talk about you for 7 months, just like you've talked about me. So you decide when this stops.
Yeah. When you started off calling him honey, I know.
Yeah, I know. Wait, here it's coming.
This is going to be really good.
So put your leathers on. Take a walk.
I bombarded the day with videos.
You sure?
I just kept popping them out.
Joe, do you feel captive here? Do you feel like we've tricked you?
Well, there are days. I mean, I think you know what you guys did. I think you know what you guys did.
There are days.
You brought Amy in, and
Dangled the carrot.
That's it. I was captured.
Next thing you know, he'll be saying, we paid Joe.
Yeah.
We paid Joe to be here.
He's just amazed that Joe would cavort around with the likes of us.
Yeah.
Why is he there?
I don't know how they tricked him.
He kind of made it sound like I was kind of famous. Why would I be there with these three people, these so-called researchers, and you have no idea the lies? Huh?
The Facebook researchers.
Yeah.
That research Facebook.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the moment when he says something about Cam, and I'm just going to blast him with those.
Oh, he comes at Cam again. I've got some. Yeah, he won't have any friends left.
I don't think he will though.
He does. He'll be giving me a nickname.
He can't not. He doesn't have the ability to not do it, and he knows that we're close, so he'll put his remarks in there. He'll do something to piss me off.
That pendulum swinging back the other way. The bipolar mania is on its cycle, and it's not on the good end of it.
Yeah.
It's okay to seek help for your mental health issues and get medication. I have some. It's okay.
But there's a difference, Amy. You can only get mental health if you have a brain.
This is true.
Yeah.
Only then does mental assistance help. If you have a vortex filled with excrement, then
Rick, I could not believe the poop emails he sent you.
Yeah,
I saw that at work. Oh my God.
That's just 3 of 150 emails he sent me in a 3-week period.
He didn't call you?
All about those strikes.
Melissa, I was there when he freaked out on Amy in his chat. He lost his shit over something stupid. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I watched it.
Completely stupid. And he's still being stupid. So, and then just because we've talked about him a couple of shows that our channels are about him. Dude, what have you been doing since?
Yeah.
Like, you talk about everybody. You're either
Yeah.
covering somebody else's video, you're talking about somebody else's Facebook post, or you're talking about somebody.
Yeah, and our whole shows aren't all about him. And they're just kind of like the weather report part of our show.
Yeah, they just a side note.
Yeah, there's a humor. There's a humor.
It's the humor part, yeah, and he knows it.
Yeah.
So
He'll never be this because he doesn't have the knowledge, and he'll never acquire the knowledge. So,
Well, he's famous.
So we pretty much established that Joe feels captive here. Do you feel the same, Amy?
No, I feel very blessed to be here. I found my people.
Yeah.
Because I'm here, right? Because I'm here. She lies so well. Women, they just
He's nothing but an old gossip hag. Yeah, he reminds me of Mrs. Kravitz off of Bewitched.
Oh, I know, I am woman.
Can you put his face on like a Mrs. Kravitz looking out the blinds?
Yeah,
That
I
would
can
be
do
good.
that. I'll find one of the episodes of Bewitched, and I'll screenshot her house where Miss Kravitz is looking out the window, and I'll pull out Miss Kravitz and put him in there.
Mm-hmm.
He says, I don't know anything what's going on in this story. Well, I've been going back and looking through all the his whatever you want to call them, and Rick has sent stuff to me to watch and that, and everything I've seen so far is right.
Yeah.
He really thinks that he really thinks that everyone else in the world has nothing but fucking jello. He's the only one that knows what's going on.
He has to control the narrative.
Yeah, I put that one up where he tells me that I don't have the right to run my channel. He'll decide when it ends, when I stop conversation. That was the day I literally peed my pants. I laughed so hard. I said, "Are you kidding me? This grub worm from Super Western Mayor is trying to tell me."
Him accusing me of stealing his people. First of all, this is the second time I've been accused of stealing people, so I just want to set it for the record. I don't steal people. I don't really like a lot of people.
No,
so
people make up that, and you're basically saying that the people that you steal are idiots.
Yeah. Yep.
Because
they can't make up their mind what to do.
Yeah. So yes, we made another chat because you were talking shit to all of us, and we didn't want to deal with you. Now, did other people invite people that might have been your friends? Yes, but we added you to it. You could read everything.
What do you think?
I don't think he really realizes how. I don't think he really believes how much I have in videos. I've got it all the way to the very first incident, all the way to there, all the way through, and I could prove everything he said is a lie. So I keep asking him, "Okay, I've shown you mine. Show me yours."
Well, and I think when he has these rage cycles, he forgets. I mean, do we not remember the dressing up in the leathers and saying he was going cruising like Josh and the pink stuffed animal that's supposed to be Teresa, Danny's wife, and Smith? Like, what? What are you doing?
Humpty
Dumpty?
Yeah, it's ridiculous, and he doesn't. I looked into the laws of doing stuff like that. When he he calls people names that are insulting because of who they are, like Humpty Dumpty being big or overweight, or some of the other things he does. That is called slander.
Yeah.
Or not bullying and slander, and he doesn't grasp that.
He can't because he's too stupid. I didn't speak on him publicly at all for months. I just let him go. Yes, I went to another chat and I took my little Elvis brain and I went somewhere else, and I'm very sorry. It's my Elvis brain. I could go where I want to with it. This is the second YouTuber that lost their ever-loving shit when I stopped being friends with them. So let it be a lesson. It's never going to end well for you.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think about a person that goes to other websites and reviews them? Who is he to do that? And that's
not defending Elvis. He's saying he does it to defend Elvis from what, other YouTubers? No, you take the stories that are bad about Elvis from the people who were there and you debunk them. Going and harassing other YouTubers is not defending Elvis.
He closed some down and blah, 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 blah.
Because he likes to browbeat people until he thinks they're going to shut up. Well, I don't shut up. So you got the right one today, buddy.
It's like
I could go for years. It's completely fine.
How can you defend someone that you know absolutely nothing about?
Also that. Okay, so let's take his logic. All these little tiny YouTube channels. he reviews their stuff because he's defending Elvis. Well, if they're so tiny and insignificant, what damage are they doing to Elvis?
Yeah.
Exactly.
None.
But he knows so many people in the inner circle and that.
Oh, fuck.
People, oh my God.
So supposedly he's going to be interviewed by Joe Sins, and Donna's going to be interviewed by a very big and famous YouTube channel.
Oh, whoop-de-fucking-do.
So basically, in all questions are allowed, she will answer all questions. People are mailing in these questions. The thing is that even if she answered every question, for me, you would have to have backup because there's not a word that comes out of that woman's mouth that's true. Oh, wait a minute.
This is all for entertainment purposes only. Our comments are our opinions only.
Got it? Do I need
And
what
again,
is the logic that we can't take Lisa Marie's words? We have to question everything, but we can't question Donner's. No.
Oh no, they really. He's well, Ginger's reached out to him supposedly, and now all of a sudden we got a what do they call it, a menage a trois going on here.
He's a part of the inner circle. That's what he said.
He's gonna be interviewed, yeah, right, but he won't come on our show to defend himself.
No, he's going to talk about us.
Yeah, it's about us. He's going to expose us. And Donna, contrary to what she believes, has never been a part of the inner circle.
Who's he going to expose us to? The fucking YouTube police?
I know. I know.
Jesus, come on, dude, get a fucking brain.
I was going through those emails that he sent me. One of them, he's telling me he's talked to my local police and the local sheriff. I just laughing because
Jesus Christ, he's gonna expose us. Okay, I'm gonna put it out there. Louis, I'm in South Africa. If you can get the South African authorities on my ass, please do, because I've lived here for 46 years of my life as a South African citizen, and as a citizen they won't do shit when somebody breaks into the house next to me. So if you can get them to do something about something, please do. Please do.
I mean, he exposed me before I ever knew who he was. He started saying my name and showing my Facebook, and I mean, my God, I had to go track his weird ass down. I'm like, you can't say people's first and last names online, stupid.
I'm going to expose you, but yeah, he walks down the fucking sidewalk like a fucking Chip and Dale with a fucking bird's nest shit on his head under a hat, and he thinks he's fucking beautiful because he's got a gold, fake ass, gold-plated TCB around his neck. But the YouTube police is cut. Whoop, whoop.
And his leathers. Oh, he was very bothered that we made fun of his leathers, guys.
Oh, yeah, he was.
Oh, he was so bothered.
He was playing around for his subscribers.
But he has no problem with insulting Cam or making fun of me. But he gets all bent out of shape because of his leathers.
Stupid Amy. Yeah.
Stupid Amy.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid Amy. Yeah, there you are, man.
What kind of a
Tino and say, Tino, we shouldn't disrespect women? No, you didn't. You laughed about it.
No, then again, at the same time, besides, what kind of a fucking useless piece of human being excrement do you have to be to insult a woman like that? Firstly, and then you fucking incite your preschool child to fucking do it too. Yeah. What kind of a fucking dumbass example are you setting? If
the hours of help I gave him on his channel for free, I should send him a bill.
If he was in this country and he was somebody that I knew, because of that, I wouldn't let him within 100 miles of a fucking child.
Mm-mm. And then to say he didn't tell his kid. You didn't have to tell your kid to do it. Like, do we need to do picture pages like Bill Cosby? Like, I don't know. Children live what they learn. Is that the quote?
And as we go further in that video, he goes and he tells his son, quote unquote, "Okay, let me talk."
Yeah.
Which shows acknowledgement of he knows what his kid's doing. He doesn't once go, "Okay, no, don't do that."
Daddy's wrong. Yeah.
or I'm talking here or whatever. No, it's like, okay, let me talk now.
Melissa, he kept insinuating I wanted him. Well, and asked if I was married. I told him, yeah, call my husband up, and he shut up.
Wow, the family man, the loving husband.
Yeah,
Well, that ain't saying much about me then.
you're Joe.
I can get away
I'm
with
just saying he sits there on his channel.
He's
That's
a
what he
Christian
says.
man. He's a
I love it.
family man. He's a good person. He's a piece of garbage, and he knows he is. That's why he's doing what he's doing.
And he used to be what in his previous life? A fucking counselor?
He tried to do, God, what's it called? Life coaching.
Life
Can you
coaching.
imagine?
Oh, God.
If people make you mad, just get a YouTube channel and berate them for months. That would be good advice. Insult them endlessly until they cower and shut up. And some of them have shut up, but I'm not one of those people, Lewis. Lewis, he doesn't like the S on his name either, by the way.
Yeah, Lewis.
Didn't he say if we apologize and stop talking about him, that he would stop talking about us?
I'm not
Oh, yeah,
apologizing.
right. Like he's going to stop talking about us. A year later, he's come around again to start his bullshit with us. He said the same shit a year ago. Yeah, no, if we stop, he'll stop.
Now, the first time we fell out, he did come back and apologize to me a year later, and he blamed it on the tea lady.
Wow.
I'm not lying because I have the messages. He thought that the tea lady put a voodoo curse on him, and that's why he acted out of sorts.
What? Okay. All
And
right.
he was really sorry, and he wasn't going to do it again. And yeah,
Was that the time Elton John came to him in a dream?
I missed
Jesus.
that part. He thinks
Talk
he's been
about-
talked to by Tom Selleck. There's so many people he's been catfished by.
Now we know why he wears leathers.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, what a way to escape accountability. Oh, no, the tea lady put a voodoo curse on.
Yeah, Charlie, I'm dead serious. He said that he's
Or-
really sorry. It was like a year had gone by. And I had just told him before that, like, hey, I can't be aligned with this. You say my name all the time. You're coming after these people. I'm out. So the next day, he messages me and tells me, I'm blocking so-and-so and so-and-so. And I'm like, I don't care. I left your chat already. And it pissed him off so bad, he blocked me. And then the Lord's Prayer happened, where he told us all to go gangbang each other.
And I wasn't.
And you weren't
But-
even invited.
Jeez.
But he's turning over a new leaf. He's a
So
Christian.
someone leaving his chat then elicits being told publicly and named publicly to go have a gangbang. I mean,
Yeah.
okay, seems fair.
Jeez, man.
I think he forgets. The crap he's done, and it's been screen recorded, baby. Even if you've deleted it or you made it members only.
He's
Jet said something the other day. She said in one of the answers, one of the comments, she says, "I can't believe you got all of this stuff." Yeah.
You know, Natalie has a bunch of it, and I used to say, Natalie, why do you have this? Why? She's like, just for documentation. And when he did the leathers thing today, I was like, Natalie, you know what to do. Find all the ones of him walking that dog and those leathers, because it exists. I'm sorry. Make fun of my leathers, and the fact he calls them leathers is hysterical.
Jesus, this guy is fucking really. He's. What would you do with the brain if you had one?
He has no self-worth, no. He can't. He has to be outside validated. He can't validate himself.
He's got to fucking destroy other people to make himself look like something and feel like something.
Yeah.
Fucking man, do yourself a favor. If not for the human race, do it for yourself. Fucking get help.
Do it for your kids, for God's sakes.
Jesus.
Yeah, I just his kid is so cute.
Oh,
You
a
know,
doll.
it just seems like a sweet kid, and it just breaks my heart to, like last Sunday when his kid's playing football and he's out doing a walk, a video.
With the stick.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Obsession.
I saw the video with him and his wife that you were always talking about.
She's a smoke show.
Huh?
She's a smoke show. She's a hottie. He'll talk about me saying his wife's a hottie. Your wife's a hottie, sir, so you should probably get it together.
Oh no, that's a lost.
She wants to have a lesbian relationship with my wife.
Oh, he went on about me messaging his wife and how what a stalker. I messaged her a cease and desist because her assets and money would be of interest to me and my attorneys.
Did you?
Because yeah, but he didn't tell that part. He just said I was stalking
No,
his
he
wife.
never tells the real truth, the stories.
I messaged
No.
her. I messaged him, her, and his brother because they own a business together. Because all of your money will be of interest to me if you keep it up. So keep it up.
Yeah, property, whatever.
Don't mess with Amy. Don't mess with me.
Because don't
Well,
assume
we just gave him 4 more videos, so
No, I do it seriously. There's the good part of me usually would go. I would feel sorry for a person like that, but fuck, when you come back for a repeated beating,
yeah, you're
I
asking for it at
fucking
that point.
don't cry when when I whip out the whip and start pulling the
Yep.
skin off the ass that you sit on. Because if you want to go out there and continue to bash people when you're so fucking pathetically small that nobody could give a flying fuck whether you were around or not, you have to go and put women down because you feel powerful. You have to pull your children into your pathetic fucking little wars because your brain is not big enough to start a conversation intellectually outside of YouTube. You are seriously, I hate to be the one to break it to you, dude, but you are fucked. There is no help for you.
I love you, Kim.
Seriously. I mean, I've heard of fucking crazy in my life.
I
And
know.
there are crazy people out there that have problems, and it's due to imbalances within their brain. They can't help it. But when you repeatedly come back a year later and you on the
Same
beginning of the
thing.
fucking circuit again and again, Jesus, dude, go sit in front of a fucking mirror, then you can give yourself the attention you so desperately crave.
well, he's got a situation here too that's really making him come unhinged. Is he's got us that he can't win with,
No.
Exactly.
and then we've got not only him, but we got Donna and Ginger rattled now, and they can't do a damn thing to us. Nothing.
And does he think that he's the only person Ginger Alden's ever messaged? I have messages from Ginger Alden.
Obviously, I have messages from her.
I don't sit around and talk. I mean, if I spouted about who I talk to all the time,
I
who
love you.
cares?
I never called Ginger frumpy.
No, Miss Frump USA.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Frumpy.
he did in a chat, a private chat. He
It
called
was his public chat. Yeah.
yeah, he calls Ginger Miss Frumpy America and Frumpy.
Because
But
Linda
now
was.
but now he's kissing her ass like she's
Yeah.
the best thing since
Yeah.
sliced bread.
Yeah.
Well, she needs him.
Jesus.
She needs him.
He sent me all kinds of messages talking mess about Joe Sins, but now he's, they just want to be in a circle jerk together. That's all that is, because he's a piece of
Please,
shit.
please, can I say Kathleen's favorite word? Because this is the most appropriate time to say it. And I'm going to say it in English. I'm going to say it in an English that he understands. What a fucking tosser.
Yep.
And you were worried about saying that? Some of the shit that Joe and I and everybody has said, you're worried about a fucking tosser. That's great.
I thought he was going to bust out the
It's
scene
perfect.
next Tuesday.
That's a perfect description, man.
Good. And to the English people, that's almost worse than saying fuck you. But you are such a fucking
I got that on video. As a fact, I think I posted it today.
Exactly, Charlie. Telling people he's cured of ulcerative colitis. You know there's no cure. He passes out medical advice pushing people to go on keto. Yep. So he gets a lawsuit. Yeah.
Yeah, he needs to be careful about. Well, I don't give a shit whether he's careful or not.
Telling people they can go off their medicine and.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
He plays doctor with it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to take meds. Don't even take them. You don't need them.
Just eat keto.
He should go on Lego. It's going to solve him better.
Oh my God.
Well, maybe maybe has fights about whose turn it is to play with a Lego.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
God.
Well, where'd the Lego go?
Come mow your grass, Lewis, for the love of God.
Well, he loves this.
Sure,
yeah.
he loves this.
Love how he can't stand it. It hurts his little tiny ego.
And you know, for the first time, I must say this publicly because I kind of understand it now. That's the reason why I'm doing it, because now I can understand it from Rick's perspective. It's fucking cathartic. It gives
It
me
is.
it gives me an excuse to get rid of the shit in a positive way.
I actually look forward to I wait till it's done so I can play it fast forward and not listen to that. That voice of his.
I knew we had some this morning, and my first alarm went off, and I started the first one, and I fell asleep because it was so boring. And
Yeah,
then,
that one was just him trying to wake up.
even when he talks fast, it was still. And then I listened to when I was messaging you this morning, I was listening to it for, I was like, God, this little baby's crying about his leathers.
Yeah.
Poor Lewis.
I want to get some.
I'm gonna get you some leathers, Joe.
I want to get
Yeah,
some.
he's on to Joe now.
Well,
kind of.
maybe one of the reasons why he decided to be so vilely aggressive and plain and inhumane towards Amy is because maybe he likes Amy a little bit more than he's willing to admit, and he knows
he does.
he wouldn't fucking stand a cat's fucking chance in hell with somebody like Amy.
Did he have a thing for you?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. He's not taking the breakup well, though.
No,
I mean, 7 months now, honey. 7 months, please.
Oh, I do want to make this announcement real quick. I do want to clarify something.
Uh-huh.
You can't own the rights to the name Team Elvis.
Also, that you
and anybody can call themselves Team Elvis. Yeah, and
you took it from Darby. You know you did, and you knew about it when you talked to Darby about. You had me ask Darby if you could use it, so that's a lie too. And don't be lying on my friend who's not here anymore. And also remember the last promise you made her that you're definitely not keeping because she sent me the messages that you all talked about. So bye. Like I could nail you to the cross 56 ways. Don't play me, dude. Seriously.
Yeah.
Jesus, what a sad sack.
He's pathetic.
Yeah. So
Melissa, he wanted some of the Elvis answer key and couldn't get it. And I think he's mad that, I mean, he literally, Amy, what's this? Amy, can you help? I mean, you saw that little snippet I made. That was just messages. Freaking constant.
But now he throws you under the bus in the most vile way possible.
No, I'm stupid. Now I have no credibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think
what, Lewis? You don't determine my credibility, Lewis. I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry. Go find an insecure woman to break.
He's just sad and bitter that he don't have people standing queues waiting for his fucking number.
That's fine. Well, that was a nice way to end the show.
You should go. No,
one thing.
Go for it, Joe.
I will pray for you.
We will pray.
I'm serious. I'm a Christian. I will pray for him. I will.
Okay, Joe.
I have a hard time asking the Lord to.
I can't bother the Lord with such things.
You know, it'd be like a hemorrhoid for him.
It probably is. Like God.
Well, such a depressing section of the book to go through. At least we got to sit back and
ended on a high. We had a cathartic moment.
And they said I took a walk in my leathers. I mean, that's the worst thing that happened to you today.
How do you walk down the street with leathers on like that?
He take a walk in his leathers, and he had the boots on because you could hear him.
How the fuck do you walk down the street without the fucking top on, with this white ass fucking hat on your head with this crow's nest coming out, fucking, and you think you fucking hotter than Elvis, and you're holding the phone in such a way that everyone can fucking really.
What is a quiff?
Quiff.
What does he call it? A quiff or a coif?
Yeah. He calls it a quiff.
It almost sounds like a part of the anatomy.
It's more like a queef, but okay.
Oh, you said
Yeah,
queen.
I know what it is. I'm just,
You're
he wore,
disgusting.
I thought you
They
said
say vile
queen.
things. They say vile things. They're disgusting.
oh, vile and disgusting. That's his favorite word. That's
It
just,
looks,
everything's vile and disgusting.
except for him. It looks like a queef. If
Vile
it
and
looks like
disgusting.
a queef and it smells like a queef, then it probably is a queef, Lewis.
If it had a face, it would probably be that one.
The village idiot. The
A
quip that
quiff
he claims to have
that he
had since
claims
he
to
was
have
4.
since he was 4.
But wait a minute. Today he said he couldn't remember anything before what, 5?
Yeah. He
Yeah.
said he didn't remember anything about 5 years old, but then he became an Elvis fan when he was 4. How does he remember he became
How
an
does he
Elvis
remember?
4 when he can't remember anything before 5?
Okay, but this is from the same person that don't even know how many movies Elvis did in total,
Oh,
but
he
he
has
was an
nothing about the movies.
Elvis fan when he was 4. Well, then there's seriously. So I don't know about you, Amy, with your medical knowledge, but I would say, in my stupidity, that there's seriously something wrong with his short-term memory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he can't retain anything. He
He's
can't.
got. I think a goldfish would retain memories easier. I
I
don't
mean,
know. That's my
Nemo,
unprofessional opinion.
Nemo has better short-term memory than Lewis. Because now I got to say the S because you don't like it.
Jesus.
Well,
what
we
a
do have,
fu-
just to let y'all know, we do have, I'm planning on a update on the grifter.
Yeah, it's like Natalie says too. Why would you go on a YouTube channel and divulge that kind of information other than 2 scenarios? Number 1, it's untrue. It's absolute fucking lie. And number 2, giving the benefit of the doubt and saying that it possibly is true, the only reason you would do that is to gain ta-ta-ta,
Sympathy.
sympathy.
The eternal victim. Everyone bullies him. He's never the bully.
Yeah.
Jesus, yeah, who
It's
needs
had the
friends?
most
Well,
terrible 2 years. We've been under attack for 2 years.
oh, God.
Yeah, whenever shit goes down, it's Team Elvis. We have been under attack. But if you try to tell him, like, hey, Lewis, don't be doing this stuff, it's my channel. I'll do what I want.
Yeah.
Yeah, you will not have the final word. It does not work that. Well, really? Okay. You keep telling yourself whatever the fuck you need to tell yourself to sleep at night, buddy.
We should be
Please.
ashamed of ourselves. How do we look in the mirror every day? Lewis, we don't.
Oh, but wait, hang on. Let's get into the psychology of this. He can make references towards us. That
Mhm.
means he has a frame of reference. So indirectly, and you can go and Google this, Louis. I'm sure Google will help you. If you make inferences towards other people, you are actually indirectly referring to yourself because your
Mhm.
brain has to have a point of reference to make an inference or a suggestion towards somebody else.
Mm.
So technically, when you say that people are this, that, and the next thing towards you,
Mhm.
you are actually saying that about yourself because your brain
You
does not
lost
know
me.
the difference between whether you're talking externally to somebody, that means, or internally, that means having an internal, inside your mind, if you had one, dialogue.
Can you please highlight Melissa's comment?
Yeah, hold on a second.
He used to demand apologies from her every day.
I bet he checks his mail every day to see if that's really funny. I like that.
You know, a lot,
we demand an apology. He would wave the book around.
you know, a lot of these people have websites, and I know what he does. He sends an email. They send a basically a secretary email back like they do to everybody. And then he says, I'm in contact with blah, 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 blah. That's what he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in contact with everyone, but he won't take us up on any one of the 4 blatant requests we made back in the day when we said, come on the channel,
Yeah.
we will shut up, we will not say a word, come to the channel on a live with your proof and state your case. We will shut up, we will give you space to talk. Has he done that?
No, he never.
No,
No.
he won't do that. He's a coward.
No,
He won't. He will
exactly.
not get on screen. He'll never do that. He hates confrontation.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it when he does his dog walks. He's scared to walk by anybody. He's
Yeah.
got to hide the camera. Watch out! Got to let these people go by. What?
Fuck. And there's a dude that fucking walks around like a fucking Chip and Dale.
Chippendale's more
I
like
can't.
I haven't
Chumpendale.
seen that one. I haven't seen that one.
Fuck, who
Oh,
knows? Maybe there's more to the picture. Maybe he has to realize he don't have no pickle.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe
He likes
maybe
it.
the maybe uh-huh.
He
I
can't borrow
think
mine.
And
I think that's
he's frustrated because he likes.
I I think maybe that might be a very how can I put this politely? A very
forget politeness. We passed that a long time
We're
ago.
past it. We're vile and disgusting.
yeah, I think that is a very concise medical observation and closer to the truth than possibly anything else. Maybe there was a spelling mistake on his birth certificate. It actually meant to be Louise
You're right, correct.
instead of Louis.
Mm.
But if that's the case, don't worry, buddy. I'm sure there's somebody
There's somebody.
3,600 miles east of the Antarctic that will give you the necessary attention you need if that's the case. Don't worry.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
like I said to that in one of my videos that I put up, I don't care if he wants to run a channel called that. You
No,
know,
go do
No.
fine.
it. Go do
But
your own channel.
when you turn around and you attack people when they disagree with you and just brutalize them,
And
no,
that's
you don't have that right.
exactly how the bullshit started in the first place. Because
Yeah,
you and Rich had the discussion,
yeah,
and you both said, quote unquote, that in a divorce situation, it's never absolutely 100% one-sided.
all right.
Both people are just as
Hey, Emma.
guilty as the other person is. And the mere fact that Rick and Rich said, as much as Priscilla was guilty and responsible for the divorce, so too was Elvis in a certain way.
And he said the same thing recently.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, he goes after channels to get attention for himself, and I don't care what he says. That's what he does.
Well, what made him mad? Everything else about what that was said between me and Rich, what made him mad was when I said that anybody believes that it's 100% Priscilla's fault is a
Or
freaking
idiot.
idiot. And
Yeah.
he thinks I called every Elvis fan a freaking idiot.
Oh, he
Yeah.
doesn't think that. He just twisted that to give
Yeah,
him.
he totally twisted, and I got the
But look
videos
at the
to
stuff
prove
he
it.
calls people. So how can he even?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's ridiculous, and also too, I'm going to tell you what else probably set him off to go after us on that video. So somebody must have sent him a copy of the video saying I called the fans a freaking idiot, and so he decides he's going to do a review. So what he does is in our video we had posted in there, he left a comment, "Hey guys, I'm going to do a live review of your video. Come on board." Well, I said, because I already knew what he was like before that, because I had just interviewed Sally, and she had the same thoughts I did. I thought, this anyway. I replied, I would rather have a colonoscopy.
I mean, it's valid.
Yeah,
Oh,
and so that was my opinion. That pissed him off. He
Well, I heard
deleted
it's-
it immediately. And he pissed it off. He got pissed, and I think
before
that's the whole chain right there.
before we go off, I have to do something that we discussed after the last show. If you don't mind, if she's still here in the chat, Emma, are you still
Yeah,
here in the
she's here.
chat?
She
Are
just
you
came back.
are
Yeah,
you
she's
still
here. She
here in the
just
chat?
commented a minute ago. A minute ago, she
She
was
came back.
commenting.
She left and she came back. Yeah, she's here.
Yeah, she's here.
I just want to make 100% sure that Emma's in the chat because I owe Emma an apology because in the beginning of all the shit with Louis, I went out and I checked out Emma's channel back in the day, and I was very judgmental towards you, Emma. I thought that you were dumb enough to follow Louis and you didn't see the truth for what it was, and I was very judgmental towards you. And although I never said anything publicly, that was my opinion of you. So I just want to come out publicly and say I apologize for being judgmental towards you and for being prejudiced towards you. And I'm grateful that you're here, and I'm grateful that you've seen the truth from the bullshit. But I
Great guy.
felt it. I
Very.
felt it important to come out and just make it known that
Yeah, we
I
both had
basically,
negative,
Yeah,
just
I ba-
negative
yeah,
you
I
good
feelings
guy.
basically,
about it, and
I
and
threw Emma under the bus badly in my own
And
mind.
that right there is what a real man does. Just take note. Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
So
I'm the same with Cam. Um, I I I just felt that you were taking him as gospel without. I felt you weren't looking into what he was saying. I just thought you were just believing him, and that's a issue that I have with anybody out there, that they just accept what they hear. We I like to look into it and get the answer. So
yeah,
yeah,
so
we
I'm
we're
putting it
thrilled.
out. I'm putting it out publicly, and I'm saying, Emma, please accept my humblest apologies.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
many.
we love this community. And when I say the word love, I mean it. I just love this community that we have here. It's such a blessing to have.
It is. And
God,
nobody has an ego. Everybody brings their own stuff to the table. And it's just really refreshing.
everybody
Yeah,
wants
it's
to. People are going to disagree about things. And the
Yeah.
nice thing about everybody here is you can just say, okay, well, we're just going to disagree, because you're never going to be 100% in agreement 100% of the time. It's never going to happen.
And that's when you just say, hey, we're going to agree to disagree. And then you move on.
yeah, it's like I said in the comment that I put in the community page, on the community page. I can't see my life now without you guys in it.
Mhm. I
Yeah.
look forward to this every week.
It- It's
When she said, I say she said she's going to go, she was laughing. Yeah,
Oh,
I'll let her tell the
tell
story.
them what I did. I put the link up and I didn't understand it was doing the like waiting to go live.
Yeah.
It was like an hour before I was ready. So I started getting all these messages. Are you going live? I'm like, yeah, I'm like an hour. What are you talking? How do you know? What are you talking about? And I'm like, oh,
So she tells me, she asked me if I could pop in. And I thought, heck, I've done everything I would do tonight. Yeah, that'd be kind of fun. It was going to be about an hour. So I ate my dinner, and then I said, just she sent me the link. I said, just let me know when you're ready for me to pop in. Well, she gave me a thumbs up. Well, I didn't see the thumbs up for a little bit. I'm sitting there going, I wonder. So I went to go look at see who was on. I go, damn, I missed the thumbs up. I felt so bad, but it was
so
a
what
great
did you
conversation. It was a
what
fun.
did what did you guys shoot the shit about?
Kerwin,
Alicia
Elisa
for your
Kerwin,
Oh,
her
testimony.
testimony.
Oh, send that
uh-huh.
PDF to Cam. Cam, I got to download WhatsApp so I can message you because I know you said you didn't use Facebook a lot.
Yeah,
But
I'm
yeah, send that PDF to Cam because it's going to rock his socks.
Yeah, it's the testimony from. Yeah, I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you right after we're through here. You want a
okay.
copy too, Joe?
Sure.
Okay, I will
I'll
send
read
it
it
to you.
and forget it the next day.
It really,
Yeah,
truly paints a picture, and it's really going to piss you off,
I
Rose.
learned a lot. I never knew anything much about her at all, and it was perfect for me. I was sitting there without having any. I didn't have anything to say for a little bit because I was soaking it in. Then I thought, wait a minute, this is really pissing me off.
Mm-hmm.
ooh,
Oh,
It
how they
really shows Ginger as
do
being
do do
who we know she is.
give me a slight spoiler.
Oh,
Um,
Alicia said when she would be up at the house,
Hmm.
Ginger would know she was there. Ginger would just ring the phone off the hook, and Elvis wouldn't answer it.
Ooh,
She would see Ginger in the clubs. Yeah.
ooh.
Basically everything Lisa said. Elvis would call her in the middle of the night when he was on tour. Oh, the leaving for 5 days when Elvis lied and said he was going to Nashville. That was
Hmm.
hilarious. And then him and Alicia go to, was it Vegas and then Palm Springs?
yeah,
And the Colonel and Vernon were just beside themselves trying to figure out where he was. And because he never made it to Nashville.
Uh-huh.
And Ginger doesn't talk about in her book, Elvis missing essentially for 5
Yeah.
days.
Wow.
That's weird.
And these people thought he was a dumbass.
We were always together.
Oh yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Very,
And I would
very.
call her and say, "Can you please come up? I just want somebody to talk to."
All right, I just sent it to you, Cam, and I sent it to you, Joe.
Okay.
It'll enrage you.
Can I ask one question from Amy? Amy, did you ever hear about Ginger kind of getting down with Ricky?
I think there was some kind of like Ricky. One of them touched her shoulder or something, or David, and Elvis got mad about it.
Right.
Like, get away from her or whatever. But as far as them, like, for real, no. Have you?
Hey, Vangello.
Have you heard about it?
No, I've heard basically what you just heard, and I always wondered.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always wondered if there was any truth to that.
I mean, if you're going to skinny dip with Priscilla, there's not much they won't do. So.
Whoa, that was new to me.
You didn't know that the night that they buried Vernon, Priscilla was skinny dipping with the Stanley boys?
No, I did not know that.
To get them to sign off on their image and rights to the home movies that she stole from Joe Esposito. Jeez. And bonus points, she wanted to skinny dip in the pool at Graceland where Vernon was freshly dug. But the Stanley boys had the moral compass to go, maybe we should go to the apartment complex where one of us lives. And then she was making out with, I think, David in the backseat.
Once they
nice lady.
Mm-hmm. She's real classy.
That was
that's why David sticks up for her so much, because he banged her.
Yeah, sounds like what happened.
Mm-hmm.
That would make a hell of a lot of sense.
Yep. You can't talk about Priscilla.
I guess that takes sticking up to a whole different level.
It sure does. Sticking up, sticking in, however you want to look at it.
Turn it around, upside down, spin it.
Smack it. Yeah, whatever.
Make me feel cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Mental image I would rather not have.
Imagine, like, right where the love of your life is buried, right? She says that.
Yeah.
Oh,
God.
Wow.
And where was Lisa?
Yeah.
More and more we do this, the more and more I realize that. Fuck.
Yeah, like Melissa's like right on the money there. It's like, how the fracking hell do you go from Elvis to one of those bozos?
Yeah.
Well, I guess no disrespect to her. Well,
all the disrespect to her.
Yeah, if you're desperate enough, you'll go for a fucking
You need
check.
that money, baby. You gonna do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What a motley crew! That whole group.
What a
shitstorm! That 𝗘𝗃𝗃 dude, and he was not.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Hear about that.
I'm with somebody who could buy and sell Elvis. Well, it wasn't your money.
That explains why Elvis never thought much about a guy.
And at the end of the day, they have one thing in common.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't say it because I can't find my freaking sound. Money.
Money.
It's all about money at the end of the day. Don't tell me I deleted the sound effect, you dumbass.
Oh, that's right, Bluebell. Read about Vernon asking David Stanley if he killed Elvis, stating that Vernon thought that David and Ginger had an affair. Maybe Donners can make a video about that.
Coming soon.
Jesus, the poor guy just didn't have a chance. He was fucking surrounded by idiots.
Mm-hmm. Just scum.
Fuck.
And the stuff that they were talking about, Ginger and Donna in that chat that Louis had.
God, they were just circle jerking each other. And
God.
Oh, and I think like you do, and oh, you think like me, and oh, we both have 2 eyeballs. Oh my God, we must be best friends. Get out of here.
And they got to talking about how many plots are in the meditation garden.
For God's sakes, Karen, if you'd like me to send you the documentation filed by Uncle Vernon, it was 6 plots, not 4. There's a date on it. It's a legal document, so I don't care. Donna said
September 15th or 16th.
it was never originally 4. It was 6. It would behoove you to do proper research and get the actual documents before you speak. Thank you.
I bet you she doesn't know shit about Elvis anyway.
She doesn't. All they're doing is trying to go behind me and make me look like I don't know what I'm talking about. Good
They're
luck.
going to lose.
You better pack a lunch, a dinner, and some snacks.
Yeah. They're not smart enough.
For a couple of days, couple of weeks, couple of months.
If I don't know, I say I don't know, or I'll find out. But if I speak on it, you best believe I can take it to court and win.
That should be a topic. Which one?
Oh God, no! Stanley and Elvis unaliving.
Insinuated that Elvis committed suicide. Yeah, right. Elvis committed suicide is about as close as what I am to Ronald McDonald.
Were you at
Elvis knew what the impact? I'm sorry, Amy.
I'm okay. Were you at Elvis Week that year, Joe, when David came after he said that?
What year about?
It was in the 90s, I think, early 2000s. Remember it came out on Life magazine, Elvis committed suicide.
Oh, I remember that.
Everybody shunned him. I mean, they were coming out of Wilson World, and he was trying to do this little talk and whatever, and like nobody was even looking at him.
They should still snub him because he's got fans. Only because that Elvis sand or dust, whatever you call it.
Yeah,
that's all that is.
It's so gross. Who crushes Elvis?
Jeez.
Unbelievable.
I often wonder to myself, I often sit here and I think, if Elvis could come back for 1 hour, just for an hour,
they would run. They would all
run. And literally just be an observer. I wonder what his response would be.
I know.
I'm headed back.
Yeah.
Get me back wherever you are.
He can come have
Elvis knew what suicide meant in God's eyes. And suicide he would have lost whatever belief you have. Most people believe that suicide keeps you from going to heaven.
He would have never done that with his daughter there.
No.
There's just I don't care what. That's the dumbest thing anybody ever made up about Elvis is sell money other than D. Stanley.
He loved life too much, even with the pain. He loved it too much.
Exactly. I would even go as far as to say, if he had to make a choice between committing suicide or standing out on the sidewalk in front of Graceland and having somebody with a 20 gauge shotgun blow his head off, he would rather stand on the sidewalk.
Yep. Run the risk of Lisa finding him? No, he wouldn't know.
Yes.
No.
Wow.
You got to be a low piece of garbage for that. But they got it from their mother, so.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's what's the word? Ironic is not powerful enough. Mind blowing. That
he rolled David down a very steep hill.
Elvis would roll David down a very steep.
Yeah. And probably have a couple of horse and trailers standing at the bottom of the hill too.
I saw that, Natalie.
It must. Looking at all this, how sad is it that, unbeknownst to him, that he had it only became known to him later, but that all this bullshit fucking surrounded him. When all he wanted to do was fucking live a normal life and be a good person to people.
And make people happy.
Yeah.
Speaking of Danny Smith's video, he said that Nash rode in the car with his mother, Joe.
Yeah, that's what it was, yeah.
In one of the white limousines. So I'm so confused right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, who was in the gold?
Who was in the gold car? Did Earl drive by himself?
He was so abusive, they put him in another car.
Maybe he rode in the car by himself so he could get remote controls.
Yeah. That was when you showed me that. Like,
he was disguised as one of the policemen on a motorcycle in a straitjacket.
God. I was like, oh, funny how just a random question reveals the truth. Pretty sure Joe wouldn't make that up. And he even said she told the same story for years. She rode with Nash in the white limo.
They would know. They would know who pretty much what part of the procession they were in.
Yeah, they must have had lists. I can almost bet that Joe made up lists of who was riding where and who was doing what and who was doing this and who was doing not.
I'm sure there was a list of the cars.
Yeah.
Well, I have to go make dinner, and
yeah, it's almost 3 hours, and I do too.
3 hours of therapy. Well, last hour.
Yeah, this is fun.
I gotta go potty.
Me too. I didn't even potty before I came home. I just bumped right. All right, bye guys.
All right, guys.
Bye, Amy.
We'll see you later, Amy.
Bye, Joe.
Bye. Take care.
Love y'all.
Bye.
Whoa. Well, that was a pretty good live. A little bashing at the end, but that'll give him 4 videos.
Joe's waiting for you to kick him out.
I what?
He said you're waiting for Rick to kick you out.
Oh, do you want me to kick you out? Are you ready to go? Or
look at that. Bye, Amy and Joe.
Bye.
You think I have a chance?
I would say a chance of an ice cube in hell.
I just like fooling around with her.
Oh, she loves it. She's having fun.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I got to take off too. I actually got a headache. I need to eat something. Nothing today.
Oh.
Yeah, Lori's shopping for me now, but I got some chicken loins sitting here ready for me to air fry with some onions and a little bit of.
I think I figured out how to get out now. It says leave or something. No?
Yes, I think that would be the one if it says leave.
Oh, where is it though? I can't see it now.
I don't know.
How do you leave?
Put your mouse over your face and see if there's a little 3 buttons there for you to.
No.
No?
Oh.
Well, how about if I just do this? I'll see you later, dude.
Bye, Kim.
Bye, Joe.
Fucking hilarious. He keeps messaging me. He says, "Man, did you watch his videos today? He's attacking me now." He's telling me that all these people I know, I'm famous and everything. He says, "I can't believe they tricked him into joining them." Fucking that guy's such a dick.
Bye, Emma. I just see Charlie saying goodbye to Emma, so I'm just greeting everyone that wants to leave. Thanks,
all right, guys. Listen, we're gonna go. We will see you all later. Have a great day.
Later.
Bye-bye.